not as of now. Like, not only are I should say they are starting, and as of now, they will try to play. We will see how long they can both last. Whew. What's up, friends? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jonathan Macri, and I will be with you for the next 20 some odd minutes while we wait for GMAC to hop up here, as well as DJ Zullo. They'll be joining me shortly. I am going to see, because you know what? You want to talk about inspiration? I'll give you inspiration. If Josh Hart and OG Anunoby can find it within their souls, within their bearings to play basketball today, I can try to figure out a way to both be live on this playback thing and try to see the chat in the Knicks Film School live watch along and not drive myself crazy in the process with two things blaring in my headphones. So perhaps with the assistance of Andrew Claudio. No, I think I did it. Okay, here I am. What's up? What's up? Yeah. What's up, everybody in our playback chat? Andrew is telling me to reset. My mic is not selected in playback. Okay, of course I managed to screw this up. Hang on, Andrew. Hang on.
All right. Take two. How's that? Great. All right. Let's do a reset. Again, my name is Jonathan Macri here for Knicks Film School with you for this entire game and certainly until tip off. As I said, Andrew Claudio and DJ Zullo are both going to be joining me pretty soon. I once Ian Bagley, always credit to Ian. Because he's the one you listen to, not Woj, not Shams. No disrespect to any of the other beat guys, but if Ian chooses certain words to report something, we take those words as gospel. And when Ian Bigley reported last night around 6, I forget if it was like 6:30, that the OG knew. I'm putting Hart aside for a second because Hart's a psychopath. We knew Hart was going to try to play. Now, he could get out there and he could last 2 minutes and he could crumble into a ball and walk off the court and it wouldn't shock me. When Ian reported that the OG stuff was more than just gamesmanship and it was not false advertising and that he was really feeling like he could play, that's when I got a sense that this was real. So, obviously, we've been getting drips of drabs of news all day long that OG was still trending to play, OG was still trending to play, OG was still trending to play, and now here we are. I have to say I'm not surprised. Well, you know what? Now that I play this out in my head, so let's take one at a time. I'm not surprised that OG Anunoby is starting because if OG Anunoby is playing, if he's good enough to play, he's good enough to start. I think that's just kind of where I think when I think of like, okay, is OG gonna play or not? I don't think of a situation where he's like, all right, I'm good enough to come in and give you 5 minutes off the bench here and 5 minutes off the bench there. If he's gonna play, he's gonna play. Now, does that mean he's not gonna be on some kind of a minutes limit tonight? I would be utterly shocked if OG Anunoby plays, I mean, I don't know, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. We'll see what it is. So I'm not surprised that he's starting. As for Josh Hart, part of me was like, well, I'm a little surprised that he's starting because you know, who the hell knows what he has. But test him out right away, and of course he's starting. And anybody who didn't think he was gonna start and be introduced and give the Garden, like, you wanna talk about giving catnip to cats? My lord, when he gets introduced, and if I and they and someone maybe remind me of usually when the starting lineups are announced or the most recent healthy version of the starting 5 with Hart and OG, I think it was Josh Hart that gets introduced last. So, I would I they're not gonna change it up for today, but I'm pretty sure it's Hart that gets introduced last. So the place is going to be absolutely wild. Now, again, it goes back to, well, how much does he have? If all he has today is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and he uses those couple of minutes or some of those minutes to get the crowd going at the top, like, could you imagine if he hit a basket in the first couple of minutes? Can you imagine if he got a steal in the first couple of minutes? If I'm Josh Hart, I am looking for the first opportunity to fling myself onto the floor after a loose, it doesn't even have to be a loose ball. If it's a ball that even is remotely loose, throw myself onto the floor just to get the crowd going, just to obviously, hopefully inspire my teammates. So again, of course, he's gonna start. Now, how effective he'll be, how effective OG Anunoby will be, we're gonna have to see about both of those things. I think I have probably a lot more doubts about Hart than OG, but we'll see what happens. All right, so here we are. We are about actually, I don't know what time actual tip-off is. I mean, the broadcast starts at 3:30. I would assume that tip-off itself will be closer to 3:40, give or take a few minutes. So yeah, I'm down to answer anything that you get. Oh, hey, Andrew.
Hi. I feel like it's my fault, but you're
What?
a little underwater.
I'm a little underwater?
A little. I don't know if me being added did it. So unplug your USB and then add yourself back. DJ, this wasn't like if you got stuff to do until 3:30, go ahead. If you want to stay on.
Listen, I've been trying to keep myself busy, and I've exhausted all the laundry, all the dishes, all the things. So
I'm in the middle of dishes. I just wanted to help John.
You didn't? Did I really need help?
I just didn't know if you needed I wanted to fix your mic if I could. That's all. So let me hear you.
How does it sound now?
So now your mic's not connected, but now that you're not underwater, so you're better.
It says it's connected.
It does? Tap your mic? No, it's not connected. It says you're...
All right. Hang on. I'll come out and come back in.
I feel bad. He was cooking, but I couldn't hear him. So it was... Oh, man.
It's the producer in you.
It's just...
You need the clean audio. I
can't. I can't. It's not his fault. I mean, he's here, but I want to get him a new mic for like a belated birthday present, but we'll see.
Or just like because I host the Knicks podcast and we have a lot of people listen.
A better mic, yes, should be better, should be required, but I'm talking about this, not just the one that you have.
Yeah. So
you're back. Good.
I'm okay now?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, Rich McLeod saying in the playback chat, Deuce McBride's going to play a ton. People are talking about the starting lineup and that Deuce McBride's going to play a ton anyway. If I was doing over-unders, I'm curious your thoughts on this, Deej, because we talked a little bit already about it yesterday. If I'm doing over-unders, I'm probably putting the highest minute total today. Are you giving the highest minute total to Brunson or DiVincenzo or someone else?
I would say Brunson. It's either one of the two.
It's one of the two, right?
It's one of those two guys.
Okay.
Either one.
So let's put them at 1 and 2 with 40. Insert your number here. Followed by, now, are you putting Deuce third? Are you putting a Hartenstein third?
I would say Hartenstein between 30 and 34-ish.
I think we're going higher than that.
Yeah.
I think it's a 35-minute game. I think it's 35 plus for Hartenstein. That's my so that introduces the question again for me. Is it possible that Deuce McBride, because if obviously all is contingent on OG Anunoby and Josh Hart, how effective they are, how they feel. But I don't know, man. Sitting here right now, I would be, and obviously there's Alec Burks too. I'd set the over-under for Deuce at 29.5. I don't know. Does that feel low to you? Does that feel high to you?
No, that's about where I put down 28 in my notes just a second ago. So I think that's right about where I would pencil him. He's obviously going to be hugely important. And there's just a factor of, as you mentioned, I think there's a little bit of flying blindly with both of the guys, so Anunoby and Hart, in terms of like what they can actually give. So I think this could be a 35 plus night for McBride if Hart is just unable to go more than 10 to 15. So there, I would say 28-29 is completely reasonable for Deuce.
So how are you feeling today? I know how you're feeling.
This is a weird one, and I've been trying all day to sort of like put it into some sort of perspective for myself, because I truly have never felt this level of hope for a team to win a game this early in a postseason run. And I think it's because for every other game I've watched, it's always been a very personal, like I want them to win for me because I want the team to win because I'm the fan. But it's flipped over the last couple of games where I want this win for this group. And I feel like they deserve just a healthy-ish team to get them over the finish line. And whatever happens beyond this happens. And we know what's waiting for them potentially in the next, or what is waiting for them in the next round. But I think this win just means so much. And if you think about it in terms of like where it puts them, yeah, they're just one round closer. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They still have a lot of work to do to get to the ultimate like goal here. But I think for this team, this win is just going to matter so much. And I just want it so bad for them. And I feel like that's why this one, I've just have felt a very, not quite unease, but just a significant nervous energy based on, I just want it. It's like watching your kid play a sport and it's kind of like the worst feeling and the best feeling at the same time, because you're just so out of control. You're just watching and just hoping for the best because you want it so bad for them. It's not about the parent. It's not about, for me, the fan right now. It's just about this group. And I just hope they can pull through with this one, because I think it's just gonna, for so many reasons, hit so hard. And I think that's why I feel so like ready for this to start, and why I feel so just in the cloud nine about the fact that Anunoby and Hart are just playing the game, because I feel like they know what's at stake here. It just feels different.
That was beautifully articulated, and yet I think it puts to words the complete and total lack of logic of what is going on here. Yeah. Because if there was ever a playoff run where a team should be like, you know what, guys, let's pack it in. It ain't our year. We don't have the bodies. We'll get them next year. It is these Knicks set up how they are for the future, and it is this year. Like the notion that these guys are going to go out there and play today and then still have enough to topple a team that is not, if you go by certain metrics, not a good team, not a great team, but a historically dominant team, at least where point differential is concerned, which is like, some people think that's a big deal. Some people think that's not a big deal at all. But NBA has been around for 77 years. In those 77 years, there have been 4 teams that have a higher point differential than the 2023-24 Boston Celtics. And by the way, they are currently sporting a point differential in the playoffs that would run circles around what you would normally see, even from a team that is, what are they, 8-2?
Right. And there's been some talk about how they've not struggled, but they've not played their A game.
Exactly.
So,
all anyone can talk about it is how underwhelming they are. It's like, which is wild. So again, by any metric, like, you look at where the Knicks are, and you look at who they have and who they don't have, and you're like, okay, guys, it's okay. This is the game 7 you can take off, actually. But of course not. Of course they're not going to do that. And I think the fact that OG is playing, and I think the fact that Josh Hart is playing, shows you, well, one, it tells you a lot about the culture of the organization at this point, and 2, it tells you about the sort of camaraderie that they've built up. Like, they all know what they've all put into this. Mm-hmm. And I also like, and with OG specifically, I do think that there's another element to it. Like, again, Josh Hart is a lunatic. That's just, he is the culture, or he is as big a part of the culture as anything. With OG, like, I have to think that there's a part of this where it's like, man, I've gotten this label over the course of what is now is it a 6-year career or a 7-year career, whatever it is. But it's kind of followed him around now as a guy. Like, he's not gonna put his body on the line. He's not gonna play hurt. He knows he could shed all that in one afternoon. Like 48, he didn't have to play 48 minutes. Play 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and he knows he could shed that label today. And so I think from that perspective, it is absolutely an opportunity. But like, again, it's none of this is logical. This game, the result of this game shouldn't mean anything. And yet it feels like it means everything, which is,
it means so much.
That's baseball, Susan.
Right. Shout out John Sterling.
Yes, shout out the legend John Sterling.
The legend. Listen, and then by the way, Josh Hart is typically the last announced in the starting lineup.
Okay, there we go.
So at least the playoffs, he's been at least a couple I've seen. He's been the last one. So this is a very, obviously, I'm not saying anything no one knows. This is a very savvy crowd that's very in tune with what's happening and what's been transpiring over the past several days. As we've sort of progressed to this point, they are going to be very aware. And as we talked about in Game 5, and they met the moment as a crowd, they will meet this moment as a fan base in that building. And there's been so much nostalgia for me, and I'm sure you, just these games, Game 7 Sunday afternoon. It's what we grew up on, and this and against this team, this franchise as well, this Pacer team.
We've had some conversations already about like biggest rival, most hated rival. Like, for me, the Pacers have always been number one because my first year that I could remember really being a fan was 93-94, and I was, at the time, I have not evolved much since then, but I was an entitled little bratty preteen who didn't know his ass from his elbow, but knew that he was from New York and that made him better than everybody else who wasn't from New York. Let alone people from some state that I had never heard of, where they grew corn and had mullets. And I was like, well, obviously, we're the Knicks. However many months of my fandom I was deep into my fandom, I was like, we're the Knicks. We're obviously going to win this series. And then, I think I've told the story in the pod before, but like, I went to sleep before the fourth quarter started in Game 5, and so I woke up the next morning and I don't know if I asked my dad what the final score was, or he just told, like, I was like, wait, we lost? And I don't even think I like processed it. I think, I was always like numbers were things that stood out to me. So when he said 25 points in the fourth quarter, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, the best game ever in NBA history was like 100 points in a game, but that was Wilt Chamberlain. You're telling me Reggie Miller did that in a quarter? Like, he did that pace. And then obviously how they won that series. And then the next year, it's just about like, I was so young, I was not cognizant of the fact that like the Knicks were not quote unquote true contenders. The fact that they would have gotten probably blasted by the Magic. Yeah. And had they gotten to the Rockets, probably might have gotten blasted by that Rockets team too, especially given what they went through to get to the finals out West. I didn't know any of that. I was just like, oh, great, we're playing the Pacers again. It's time to win.
Right. And they had won. It was 2 series in a row. It was the 92-93 playoffs. They beat them 93-94, as you talked about. And then 94-95, it felt like the conclusion. And then remember that series, 94-95, Pacers up 3-1. The Knicks needed, for the second straight year, had to win a Game 6 at Market Square. They did it a second straight time to force a Game 7. And it never entered my mind that the Knicks could lose that game, despite the fact that the previous year it came down to a Ewing tip-in. So, but to your point, it just felt like part of what was expected and what we believed. The Knicks were just, their rightful spot was going to be the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were going to have a chance to compete for a title. It just felt that's what it was. The cards were already sort of dealt in that way.
Yeah, no, 100%. And for it to, and obviously that series had the end of Game 1. It also had the end of Game 5, which is the most forgotten great shot in Knicks history. Even though Benji will go to his grave saying Ewing traveled. And then obviously, the finger roll, which is like, to this day, I don't even know. I don't think I've ever experienced devastation the level of the finger roll, because it was like the record scratched, right?
Yeah, right.
I was like, wait, what? He missed? It was, and then seeing the paper the next day with the shot of the ball, like whether it was halfway down or like 2/5 of the way down. It was down, should have gone in, and then like, again, people forget about like 90, 97, 98. Like, again, it was the next chance of redemption. Lost to them then. So the history is there. Don't want to lose to these guys today. If it was, honestly, if it was another team, I would. It's not that I would want the Knicks to win any less, but it wouldn't. I don't know. I'm already thinking of how painful it would be to lose, and because it's the Pacers, it just adds so much to it.
Well, yeah, and when you talked about the rivalry and how it's the Pacers in terms of at least the playoffs might be the rival for this Knicks team, it's because as we've just sort of walked down memory lane here, there's a lot of Knicks winning, a lot of Pacers winning. Where the Heat, the Knicks 3 out of 4 years won those series. We know the Bulls had the Knicks number despite close series. The Pacers are the one team where it sort of went back and forth. Yeah. And, we have obviously 2013 as the most recent one before this. It is in my mind, because of maybe the villain of Reggie being just like the ultimate one. But the fact that these two franchises have gone back and forth over the past, 25 years or so, 30 years.
I will just say, and again, I've shared this on the pod, and we also got a super chat in that I'm going to read from my buddy Bill Peter friend in a second. Like, I was in the process of falling in love with my wife during the 2012-13 season. Like, we started dating that year. And so that series, well, obviously disappointing, and the two of us watched every game together, so it was kind of our first like sports bonding thing. It was the personal aspect of it being the Pacers was not there for me because we had no history with that team. We had I personally did not have, like, with that, when I say that team, I mean that, like, roster, like that specific Pacers roster. I had no animosity for any of those players. I really did, like, Lance Steven got under some people's skin. I didn't really care about him. And so when they lost it was just like, it was more for me that the Knicks lost. It was not that the Knicks lost to the Pacers. This team, I know they have not faced each other in the playoffs, but, like, if you could not reincarnate Reggie Miller more perfectly. I know he's still alive, but as a basketball, in terms of his basketball playing career, you could not reincarnate him more perfectly than Tyrese Haliburton. It's just,
they couldn't be any more different in terms of their play style, but their personality and even the lankiness. Yeah, there's so many things. It's
funky shot.
Yeah, the funky shot. Yeah, that's a good. Haven't even put that one together. But yes, they have two of the more unique, for great shooters, two of the more unique shooting forms that you wouldn't teach anyone. It's just, there's a lot of that, and you put it perfectly. There's so many reasons for this team to just say, all right, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Is enough.
But that's the other part of it, is because, and again, this is going to sound like elitist New Yorker, put my orange and blue glasses on. The Knicks are better. Like, even not forget fully healthy. Like, give me OG for this series. Like, this series is done. Series is over, and I think this is just a better team. And the OG injury, and to an extent, obviously the Brunson, what happened to him, I think just those two things changed everything, and now here we are. Let me get to the super chat from Bill. It's been 30 years, or I've seen 30 years. I can't tell what he means. Enjoy the nerves, the ups and downs, and the ride. This effing team will come through. Let's go. I hope so. Listen, I'm feeling, to say I'm feeling confident would be a lie. I am not sitting here feeling confident, but I'm pretty sure they're going to give it everything they have. And then, you see where the chips fall. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why I'm not, because I'm feeling the same way. It's just, you just don't know until, because I assume Anunoby especially has not tested his hamstring as much as he's going to test it the first possession of the game. So with those injuries, you always worry about that first cut, the first time he has to explode in a transition opportunity, which obviously it's where he injured at the first place. So there's just a lot of, and then Hart reaching for a rebound. And, there's going to be moments where they're going to test these injuries more than they have at any point during this period of, rehab, basically. So we just don't know how they're going to react. The Brunson foot injury is still sort of lingers over all this. As something that is probably still a factor for him. All the baskets that all the shots he's attempted, how many that he's missed have been short. Like, I feel like, most shooters shoot the ball when they miss short, but for him, it just feels even more drastic over the past 3 games. So we'll see how all these injuries can sort of play themselves out here in game 7. But this is, whether or not the Knicks blow them out or not, I'm not going to go that far. This will be a game with 5 minutes remaining, and the Knicks will have a shot to win this, even if there's going to be some regression on these injuries and a guy when 1 or 2 of them can't go or finish this game. There's going to be enough emotion in that building, enough emotion based on both of these guys starting.
Yep.
There's going to be enough to carry them through, at least emotionally, where they have a shot to win this game with a few minutes remaining. I believe that.
You just went underwater a little bit, Deej. So if you want to unplug and plug back in, I want to give a couple shout outs to people, some of our longtime supporters and friends in the playback chat here. Mekki, who's become a regular contributor to the post game shows. Shout out to you. I mentioned Rich already. David Crockett, my boy David. Jessica, always supporting the cause here. We got Brian in the chat. We got Ant in the chat. We got Manuel in the chat. Kevin Wilson's in the chat. Lot of friendly faces here. Grinding for good, I see. Everybody else, feel free. Come on in. Z Money, I just saw popped up. Of course, Kevin Danishevsky, because what would a game 7 be without Kevin Danishevsky? I don't know. That's beyond my knowledge. All right. That's probably better.
All right, test 1, 2. We better?
Oh, your mic isn't. The same thing happened to me.
It's not plugged in. Okay,
you got to leave and come back in. Don't worry. I'll keep the boat afloat while you're gone. All right. So we are about 1 minute away from 3:30. The hour is here. While we're waiting for the regular broadcast to start and for us to switch over to that broadcast, I'll just re-up a stat that I tweeted out earlier, and I still think this is true, even though both Hart and Anunoby are starting. The lineup with Brunson, McBride, DiVincenzo, Anunoby, and Isaiah Hartenstein, which is not obviously it's not the starting lineup. I thought there was a chance it maybe would be the starting lineup, but makes a lot more sense to start Hart and then go from there. That lineup has only played 7 possessions in the postseason, and that lineup has only played 23 possessions, non-garbage time possessions, according to Cleaning the Glass, in the regular season. I would not be surprised if that was the closing lineup today, and I would not be surprised if it was the lineup that we saw during maybe perhaps the most pivotal moments of the game today. So we will see. Any last thoughts, DJ, before we kind of get this thing going?
Jalen, I just hope he trusts his teammates, in a very tangible way tonight.
Did you think he should have passed more in game 6?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's passed more. I feel like he has had an inordinate, obviously, amount of responsibility, and I feel like there are times where he takes that responsibility in a way that can transcend in a way that is not conducive to overall team performance. But I feel like, yes, there were times where clearly when they were really, that nail defender was really pinching in, he could have just made the simple outlet pass to the slot, move the ball, keep it moving. I would imagine it changes here tonight. He needs to get 2 to the ball as much as possible, create advantages, which generally, if you want to break down, the struggles in game 6 for Brunson at times, it was a lot of scoring opportunities that did not result in any sort of rotation for the Pacers at times, for the most part. At times it happened, but I feel like he needs to draw 2 as much as possible, trust the pass. It's, role players, it's a cliche, but I think it's true, tend to play better at home. Trust them, especially now that with Anunoby back, and his shooting will be very important for this team. And obviously DiVincenzo, Hart, when he's open, just shoot the ball. But I think him trusting his teammates, I think he'll do it early. We'll see how it can shift. I feel like he can sort of get a little tunnel vision in late games and close games, but at least to start, I feel like he'll get Brunson that is more equitable with the shot attempts to start the game, at least.
That all makes perfect sense. I'm going to read a quick super chat from Robert W. Cross, who, of course, Robert Cross has a super chat before the game. Big ups to both of you, and let's enjoy a Game 7 victory. Knicks basketball is relevant again. KFS helps us enjoy it more. Let's go Knicks. Robert, you've said a lot of kind things over the year, but that may be the kindest thing yet. Could not do this without you, buddy. I hope there's a lot of people that I've met through the years doing this that like I'm pulling for a win for them. Robert, you're right up damn near the top of that list. So shout out to you. I am going to leave you guys for about 45 seconds while I refill my water cup. Andrew Claudio.
John Macri.
There you go. Okay.
You got it.
Andrew.
So, no big deal. Just a Game 7 in the Garden with a trip to the conference finals on the line. Shout out to the YouTube chat that I guess it feels like it. I hope this was okay. It was a bit. They saw my face, my avatar, and they were like, "What happened to Andrew? Like he's the ultimate. He's frozen." And they were like, "Andrew, blink twice," or GMAC, blink twice where is it? What did they blink? If the Pacers can possibly win. I didn't blink, so I guess they can't possibly win.
There we go.
There you go.
Your avatars called it.
There you go. I am as ready as I will ever be, DJ.
I feel like that's me as well.
To watch them play a game.
To watch them play, right? Can you imagine the play? I mean, we're getting a look at Josh Hart on the broadcast now as they go to break. I am sure there's a lot of, because I'm sure he doesn't know, and Anunoby the same thing. I don't think either one of them really know how they're going to respond physically to this game, and I'm sure that is adding an extra element of anxiety to obviously a Game 7 that is the most anxiety filled of any game that these guys are going to play in. So I feel for them in terms of like, it's amazing that they're playing, but also I imagine there's a lot of worry for them to see, all right, how are we going to respond to this? Can we make it through?
All right, we got this. I'm proud of this team, regardless of what happens today. I am confident in this team going forward, no matter what happens today. And I am just very pumped for Game 7.
What are those things that religious people do to, like, they say to themselves? They
pray?
No, it's not. I know the word fucking pray.
Okay.
No, it's like the not recitate, like oh man. It's like you're saying something that you're supposed to say every day to, like, it's part of your routine or whatever. I don't know.
Affirmation?
That's it. Okay. Affirmations. That's it. That's the one. It sounds like you're saying your affirmations. Oh man. Okay.
Shout out Rich McLeod in the chat. Put in Chris Herring, who seems like he's at the game here. Looks like he's at the game. He says, this is a tweet from Chris Herring, not to overanalyze anything, but OG in his pregame shooting and his entrance onto the court for warmups now looks so stiff in his movements. Really curious to see what the game looks like for him.
Thanks, Rich. God damn it.
Listen,
I wish I didn't see that.
I don't whatever we get from these guys, we get from them.
Yeah.
And if they can't give more, then they can't give more. Two quick ones. Juanon is in our YouTube comments. He's telling me to grab a scotch. I can't grab a scotch. Whether win or lose is going to be a very long day for me. So I did just grab a Guinness, and I'm going to pour myself one of those. And then Robert W. Cross with another pregame super chat. One Intuit, using a Kevin Danishevsky $5 word. One Intuit prior to Game 7. Deuce Pride is going to have a memorable performance. I think he's going to need to.
Yeah.
How about that? I think he's going to need to. All right, no more super chats will be read until after the game. Sorry, Robert, or anybody else.
Or halftime. Like, we can do that. Halftime's fine. But yes, we're not doing this live anymore. I agree with John.
Yeah, I got enough.
Man.
I gotta put the volume up for this, and I gotta pour my beer.
You got it. Oh man.
What are you nervous about? You said it. We got this.
Yeah, you're right.
Why would you be? Why would you be?
Why would I be nervous? You're right.
I don't know.
Now is the time for the Knicks makers mark. Yes, it's ready after the game. Don't worry. If they get the W, they'll turn it on.
I got a brand new bottle of Angels Envy from my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Michael that I have not opened yet. They win this game, might be empty by tomorrow morning.
Legendary post game incoming, regardless.
Yeah, shout out 3:30 start time though for us all. Especially you guys.
Well, yeah.
Get some rest tonight.
Well,
hopefully.
I don't know how much rest I'm getting tonight. All right. Did the sound just go out for anybody else?
Yeah, went out for me too. That means they're switching to the broadcast.
Oh, okay. I kind of wish. All right.
No.
All right. Cheers, folks.
Cheers, Jonathan.
Cheers.
Cheers, DJ. Cheers, everybody.
I'm going to read Ben Kimgervy's chat here because Ben is just my favorite. Experts don't matter. Refs don't matter. Narratives don't matter. Nobody worked harder. Nobody prepared more. Nobody gave up or gave in. The magic is in the mother, I got to say it, fucking work. This team is magic. Hard work, grit, humor, and heart. Heart. After decades in the desert, it's been a pleasure getting to this point with you all. Looking forward to the other side. Game on. I expect nothing. I expected nothing less from you, Ben Kimgervy, because you always have a way with words. So thank you for that.
Yeah, salute Ben Kimgervy, man. One of the best.
Salute. Okay. Alrighty, let's do this.
Let's.
Yeah, Max, wish we had the MSG broadcast too, but we got Mike Breen at least.
Yeah. This is as close as we're going to get.
Yes.
The MSG broadcast.
There he is.
There he is. Friend of the pod.
I don't want
alumni row. Give me alumni row. Come on.
They'll get it.
Who do you wish?
I don't remember what the hell I was going to say.
No, sorry. That's my bad.
That's okay. It's fine.
Apologies to my neighbors for the next 2.5 hours. I hope you're not double screening with the Mets, Rich. Then your neighbor. Well, okay. Your neighbors must already know what they're in for next to you, being a Mets fan. So
I can't believe they're both playing.
It's incredible.
I mean, I can, but it's.
I've gone past disbelief after yesterday. That gave me enough to be like, oh, they're gonna play today. Now let's see how they look. All righty, y'all.
Yeah, I mean the matchups. I assume DiVincenzo on Halliburton. You get the Anunoby will get the Siakam matchup.
Mm-hmm. And Hart can just kind of roam.
Yeah.
All righty, boys. Game 7 at the Mecca. Let's do this. There we go. Win the tip.
Are we sure it isn't that simple, Doris?
What'd she say? I didn't even hear.
The team that wins the rebounding battle has won the game in every game of the series. Okay.
All right.
They're getting Halliburton into the action. Don't get the switch. He's shooting it.
That's what you want to see. First one goes down for Brunson.
Okay. Let's go.
DiVincenzo on Halliburton and Anunoby in a deep drop on Siakam, which you're fine with.
I'm inclined to say if he's going to hit 18-footers all night, Yes. Close the door.
Oh, if that went in. And already in a rebound for Hartenstein. There you go. And Anunoby 3. Oh! Aha! Let's go. Okay.
That was a travel.
Yeah.
Seemed like he dragged the foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the first possession, Hart slipped the screen. So I just want to see like how he is screening, because if you're going to try to really put the pressure on Halliburton, you kind of have to set the screen. He hasn't set one yet. So we'll just. Oh. All right.
To the foul.
That's one. You both have Why Not Now shirts on.
We did not plan that.
Did not.
I finally decided to wear it as opposed to just hang it on the back of my chair today.
Hold, please.
God. Still got time. Yeah, I like that. Seemed like he was trying to. He thought he was fouled there.
Yeah, he got hit in the midsection. They rarely call that.
You rarely see it, I feel like. Good switch. Hitting shots early. Okay, give them credit. They don't seem to be nervous, which you would have liked to see, but it is what it is. Pulling it back out. Interesting. You got to be shitting me.
Holy shit. All right. 2 for 2 for OG.
I don't really love Hartenstein coming all the way off the corner.
Yeah,
like
give up the layup, especially to a guy that hates layups.
That's a good point. Devo.
Oh, wow.
Great. That's 2 offensive rebounds. Couldn't. Okay. Nice. All right. Yeah, he doesn't have the burst. Didn't have the burst.
Yeah.
I mean, how could he? Can't imagine he's. Okay.
So we haven't seen Anunoby really move with any sort of aggression yet
on defense. Yeah.
Even on offense, he's hit the shots, but it's second one was kind of a force. All right, you got space here. Go to work.
Really? Yeah, is that really a foul?
That's a tough call.
It is. I'm more surprised that DiVincenzo missed that bunny there.
Yeah. He I don't know if it was his knee or an ankle, but he banked something up before he released that ball.
All right, let's play a little defense, or maybe we're gonna wait for
watch back door.
Hey, that was okay. 7-0 run.
And here's Deuce.
Who's he coming in for?
I assume it's Anunoby.
Come on. Yes, needed that.
Yeah, needed that. Damn it.
They haven't missed a shot yet, have they? Or no, Halliburton missed the one shot.
Yeah.
Man, OG can't move or hasn't tested yet.
I hate to confirm Chris Herring's report, but he's very ginger. Now you hope he can warm up as the game goes along, but man.
He's not moving. He's not moving. All right. It looks like it's going to, well, for sure it's going to be a deuce game. Definitely. And we need to rely. I mean, how does Hart look to you guys?
Well, you talked about it. That one rebound and push, there was not a lot of effort into getting that ball up court with the usual verve. And then beyond that, I mean, there really hasn't stood out a moment where he looks compromised. But that was the one. So it's still unsure about how he's able to go. It's more of the OG side of things that's a little concerning. And to Andrew's point, maybe he's just either, it could be anxiety of just pushing it, which if he's not going to really push it, then it makes it hard to play in this game.
Yep.
So that's the part. And he's 2 for 2, so he has contributed here, but the defensive end really is not. He can't defend right now if he's going to move like that.
You can't play 4 and 5 defense against this team.
The tough part for me is it's to your point, John. It's not even just 4 on 5. He's guarding Siakam. Like that's one of the more important players. And if you're gonna play that deep a drop and he's just gonna get uncontested middies like that, and like that backdoor play that they just ran, that was putting a screen on Anunoby at the foul line, and then it's a very simple move that was made, and he had an easy layup. So, man.
So I guess the better question now is who guards Siakam if OG is not going to be able to really do much in this game. I mean, you have a lot of options, certainly. Can Hart make it work? I don't know. Precious is the most obvious option, but we know the pitfalls that brings. Maybe this has to be a Precious game. Or maybe it's just someone we completely are not expecting.
Well, the problem is if it's no Anunoby, and then it's the Siakam factor. If it's deuce in the game, are you comfortable putting Hart on Siakam or Turner?
Well, I'm saying I'm assuming if Hart's in the game and OG Anunoby is not, obviously Hart's going to get the Siakam matchup.
Right, and that's a.
Here's the thing with Anunoby on Turner.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about.
Precious in for Hartenstein or Hartenstein on him. Like, could you live with that?
I don't know. I'm more comfortable with the center on center matchup myself.
Yeah, the Anunoby thing. Do you think it's almost like they are not. Like, did they clear him to the point where he can play close to 100%? Because the early pull here is an indication that if he's assuming he's coming out, that he's more compromised than they thought, which is a little strange to me. It's almost as like they need to have a conversation with him. Like, all right, if you're playing and we've cleared you, then you need to play and sort of like be there for us on both ends. So I'm not counting him out for the rest of the game. They just might need to figure it out with him, and he is out.
It's for Anunoby.
In, and it's for Hart. Okay.
No, it's for Anunoby.
I mean, sorry, so that's what I meant. Come on. Yes, that was big.
All right, D up. And it's Hartenstein on Siakam.
Interesting.
He's 2 straight games. He's just been on one.
Withstand this early push.
Mm-hmm. Love to know if Anunoby's on the bench.
Yeah, he's right there.
You see him?
I actually don't know if that's him. It's a 2.
Oh.
Yeah, bring it out.
Bang!
Devo needed that.
Man.
Huge. Nice screen by Hart, too, to free him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks, Hartenstein does have the Siakam matchup here.
Let him shoot. Let him shoot.
Yeah, I can't let him get to his right hand. All right, you're fine.
That's good. That's good. Let him shoot. Jeez. Never mind.
I mean, look, as an All-NBA player playing like a All-NBA level player, you know, you got to withstand it.
There you go, Brunson.
And they're withstanding it.
They're leaking.
How does that happen?
That they.
I mean, it's been happening all
on
series.
the, on the leak out. Yeah, they're running the floor after the Knicks crash.
Who is going to defend in this game? That has to be the question right now.
It's not pretty, but it's 2 feet in the paint regardless.
Yeah. Hard on Siakam. Help him. Help him. Help him.
No, you don't need to help yet. You don't need to help yet.
Finally a miss.
Yes.
Finish that.
Love it.
And a foul. There you go.
They're not going to review that now. I hope they freaking
review it and lose your challenge. Please review it and lose your challenge.
Oh, relax, dude. Seriously.
Oh, he's the worst.
He's such a the drama.
It's always drama.
Just move it along, man.
I love.
He hit his hand.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Okay, so he's suspended. He's out. He kicks.
Isn't that?
Was there a timeout? Okay.
Do not let Pascal Siakam attain legend status in Indiana for this freaking game. Come on.
Jeez.
He's in the wrong. Siakam's in the wrong.
Siakam's in the wrong. He's trying to delay so they have enough for the time to potentially challenge.
Fuck this fucking team. Great.
Good. He hit his hand, right?
Sure seems
yeah,
like
it's all the whole thing about did the ball get hit first and then we're marginal after that.
All right.
I don't know.
So he should be James Johnson, unless they called the timeout, then he could technically go on the court. That's the hand.
I don't know what a foul is anymore.
That's
so
true.
I'm not in a position where I could say that is a foul or that is not a foul.
All right.
Nothing would surprise me. Nothing. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Who ended up with the ball after it was hit?
Indiana. So they get the ball.
Are we sure?
Yeah, it lands in Siakam's hands, right? I think. Maybe it doesn't.
So he got
ball.
This
lands in Siakam's hands. So they would say clear possession, Indiana.
So it seemed like he got ball, but then like a millisecond after that got hand, but I guess that's not a foul.
I mean, you said it. I have no idea what a foul is.
Neither do I. 23-20 Pacers lead, 4:50 left here in the first. Pacers are 10 of 12 from the field to start the game. Siakam has made everything. He's 5 for 5 for 11, including above the break three-pointer, which is something you typically will happily give up. For the Knicks, DiVincenzo, 9 points. He's made 3 threes. So he has come to play and putting his stamp on the game. Anunoby took 2 shots, 1 3, 1 tough turnaround with the shot clock running down, made both of them, but didn't look like himself, especially on the defensive end, and was pulled early for Deuce McBride. Josh Hart, he's 1 for 2, did make a shot in the lane. I would say he looks more like himself, whereas Anunoby looked right, which is completely insane. Anunoby just does not look like himself, so we'll see how much he has to give the rest of the game. 3
offensive rebounds early for the Knicks.
Yep. That's a big deal.
And none for Indiana.
Woo. And 6 points off those. Here we go.
Successful challenge.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So they're saying that two fingers on the ball before the hand is what they're saying. All right. Whatever. Get a stop.
I mean, I guess good defensive play by Haliburton.
I mean, it's just the one way he can impact a layup because
it's the swipe.
He was running to the second row as he was swiping at it, as he's known to do. Listen, some of the shots that Siakam has made, you're gonna have to give up something. So if he's gonna make all these mid-range looks and then the three, I just you don't have an answer for that. So you hope. They're going to regress, obviously, 10 of 12 from the field as a team. And I think the Knicks are getting good stuff on their end offensively.
Yep.
He's made one shot in the restricted area, Siakam.
I was on the cut, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And sorry, they started 10 of 11 from the field because Turner missed the one right before this, right?
Yeah. All right. TJ McConnell. Good defense.
I can't believe they made 10 of their first 11 shots from the field. That's wild. No.
Obi above the break. What the? Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Hallie.
Two bunnies they've missed.
Yeah. Got him. Yep. Come on.
In and out.
That's ours?
I thought it went off a hard sign.
Okay.
He's not arguing either.
Yeah.
I don't see OG on the bench either, DJ.
Okay. Yeah, not great.
Get back. Okay. What? Deuce got caught up on something.
Yeah.
What did he get caught up on?
Flare screen. And that's where the Haliburton stuff's. I feel like he's been more deadly as an off-ball player, as a shooter specifically in this series. He's got a little. He's like a poor man's Steph in that regard, where once he gets rid of it, you sort of relax, but he's really dangerous and they screen for him well. Whoa.
Got Obi up in the air.
That's just a horrid closeout by Obi.
Yeah.
Obi.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, no idea.
It's undisciplined defensive player.
So hold on, let's look again. I mean, it was a great flare screen.
Yeah.
Get down.
Great shot.
All right.
Okay.
Great look.
I mean, the Pacers aren't missing, and it's a 4-point game. I have to feel okay about that.
Got to his right hand.
He is not looking to shoot layups right now.
On the floor, get on the floor.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, he's okay. Please be okay.
He's fine.
All right, good.
John.
He's fine. Everybody's fine today.
Just throw some dirt on it. You're okay. Get up.
It's fine.
Robitussin. There you go.
Put some tussin on it. Yep.
Yep.
That's just you're going to your strong hand. It's the only time you make layups or attempt them anyway.
He's the closest approximation they have to Ivan Drago, even though he is apparently.
Oh,
what is going on?
Yeah, I'm not even trying to go in the rim, Haliburton.
I wonder if he just
where is he tipping
Brunson? He might. Do you go to Brunson here on the leak out? No.
You could see that happening.
Yeah, like he had to go a weird angle to get it in between Hart and McBride.
I was confused in the moment when they were like, I'm like, because if they just, whatever. Okay. Stay attached. Stay attached. Stay attached. Good. Okay. It's a good shot. You just got to withstand the onslaught. Damn it. That was a pretty good look too.
Deuce.
You got to win the closeout. You cannot let go of the rope here. They're making everything. You got to stay connected to this team. There's another one that is like, that's not a bad look for him.
It's not.
It's halfway down. I can't.
The last two were okay looks.
Mm-hmm.
They lost him again.
I mean, Brunson was kind of out on that one.
He's just a little late. He had a visual right to the basket.
What a start for Indiana. Like, absolutely incredible shooting start for them. This is not what it's not what you would expect a young team on the road in a Game 7 to do. They were shooting 77.8% from the field, 14 of 18. Unbelievable.
10 assists on 14 shots. Yeah, I got nothing. Tip your cap. They're hitting everything right now.
It's unreal what's happening right now. Credit to them. I don't know what the Knicks do, because it feels like it's not like there's anybody you bring off the bench to improve the defensive performance here. You already have Deuce in the game. He's gotten caught up already a couple times. Needs to be better. And that's really it. You know?
Yeah, he's got to guard better. And, it seemed like the last one, it's almost like he expected a switch and Brunson wasn't ready for it to switch. And then you're leaving him just a little bit of room, Halliburton, to get that shot off. Yeah, Sean with a W. I think Deuce guarding better, obviously. But then with Anunoby, who knows? He seems, I would say unlikely to. I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back in this game, and they just don't have a great answer for the Siakam matchup.
Go ahead, these are
John.
great shots. Like, that was the last one was an insanely quick trigger, and then the sidestep was really skilled. Oh, listen, that's TJ McConnell doing TJ McConnell stuff.
All right, and now we have Precious.
Who do we got now?
Precious for Hartenstein.
So Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo haven't come out. It's insane. It's insane that Hart is playing these minutes.
No shot.
Brunson so far, by the way, 3 of 7 for 6 points.
I can't even necessarily say like has Hart looked bad or not, because good shot.
That's a tough shot.
Tough look. Yeah, if
DiVincenzo has hit some massive baskets so far.
11 points, yeah. It's good defense. He's just they're hitting everything.
Play better defense.
Yeah, and Hart again. He hasn't looked bad.
No,
you usually know how he looks on the boards, and they've missed 4 shots.
You knew that it was
a little
forced.
A little forced.
It was a little forced. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is fucking wild. Come on, guys. Don't go out like this. Don't go out like this.
Now you go to attack.
Go.
Yeah, it's like the shots the Knicks are now getting. There's very little drawing of help, rotation, and it's just the complete opposite on the other end.
It's tough. I don't know what they're supposed to do at this end of the floor.
We gotta have a little pride here. I mean, they just can't. They gave up a 40-point in the first quarter. That was a big extension by Hart. He got a hand on the ball.
Wait.
And one.
Hit these.
I would almost have rather held for the last shot at this rate.
Based on the Pacers' efficiency right now.
Based on the Pacers' efficiency. Look, they will not keep falling like this. The threes will not keep falling like this. There's no way the threes keep falling like this.
No,
not gonna happen.
I agree with that.
And the Knicks just have to be ready to capitalize when they stop falling at the rate that they're falling. right. I mean, Kevin, I see you say in the chat they've been falling like this for 2 games. I think they're not like this. A and B. I think the quality of the defense in this game has been better than what we saw, and that's why I wanted to hold for the last shot. The way this team's been shooting free throws.
Good defense. Good defense, Devo.
Hold it for the last shot, please.
3 for Devo.
Knock
Come
this
on.
down. All right.
Okay. All right.
Reset.
Woo. That was tough to watch.
39-27. Indiana has the lead at the end of 1. They shot 16 of 21 in the first quarter, and were 7 of 9 from 3. Yes. 11 assists on 16 made field goals. They turned the ball over once. I mean, it's actually impressive that they're 1 offensive rebound in that stretch. When you only miss 5 shots, you'd wonder if there was a chance for an offensive rebound. Halliburton 5 of 7, 4 of 5 from 3, and Siakam 5 of 6, 1 of 1 from 3, 14 points and 11 points respectively for both of them. And as you guys mentioned, Brunson 6 points on 8 shots. DiVincenzo 12 points on 9 shots so far. And if you joined us late, OG Anunoby played 5 minutes, scored 5 points, looked very stiff and compromised, and has not returned since being taken out for Deuce McBride.
And we have not gotten an update regarding his status. As we pointed out, it does not look like he is on the bench. So we'll see about the Anunoby piece of this.
I would
Knicks
not be
just go ahead, John.
if we didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him again.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It just doesn't seem like what would it change. I mean, it's whatever, you're going to start the game with your best self physically, and it wasn't good enough. And I'm just like, he made the 2 shots, so it's not like he put him in a hole or anything. But you wonder the process here, if this was what he was going to be able to give. Why was he even? To their Knicks' credit, they pulled the plug very fast. So I think that was part of the calculus here.
Like part of the calculation.
Yeah, like if we're going to get a look at him early and then be quick on the trigger to get him out if he just can't. Because as Steve Popper mentioned, he really was just shooting jump shots in pregame, really didn't do anything explosive, which suggests that they just didn't want the thing to go in pregame, and we're just going to hope and pray that he had, his 80% or 70% was going to be good enough, but clearly not, and not while having to guard Siakam, who right now is, I mean, he's done this in the playoffs before, and right now seems somewhat unguardable, and the Knicks don't seem like they have a great answer for him. So you have to buckle up here. You have to have some pride, and you just got to hope. Pacers are 10 of 12 on jump shots in the first quarter. Those that will regress. And can you, as John, you mentioned, can you capitalize offensively on your end? Because I think, as bad as the defense has been, I'm a little concerned about the offensive process and the shot quality the Knicks are getting.
Sure. Yeah.
They scored okay, and I don't know what their shooting percentage was.
45%, 45% overall, and 44% from 3.
Yeah. So, but I just feel like the shots they were getting didn't leave me optimistic. But you could obviously change it up. See if Burks can have a little juice here. But they're staying home on Brunson. The guard-to-guard stuff the screen action that they got so much out of in Game 5 now has not been a great source of offense.
No.
Basically since the second half of Game 5,
Yeah.
all of Game 6, and then obviously to start here. Richard McLeod in the chat. This is a
Wow.
Kurt Goldsberry. The Pacers' 39 points is the most scored or given up in the first quarter of a Game 7 in NBA history. So that's what we're dealing with right now.
Game 7.
ABC, what are you doing?
I don't know. Well, spoiler alert, the Pacers scored again.
ABC, get back to
Horrible.
Great
Yeah.
job. Yeah. No. Okay.
All right. So 39-27. We'll see how long Brunson is out, but these are non-Brunson minutes, and we have Achua and Hartenstein.
That wasn't a foul. That was baseline.
There was. So
Really? They called it out of bounds.
Hartenstein came in for who? Hart?
Yeah.
Let's see. I think so.
Yeah. So Burks, Deuce. This is a very big couple minutes. Brunson out.
You think?
That's why I said it.
Yeah. I mean, you got Tyrese Halliburton shooting like Steph Curry, and you have Pascal Siakam shooting like Kevin Durant. Like it's and everything, and everybody else who's taking anything it's going in, and we're back up to now. It's actually the highest lead of the game. No,
you left them alone
for a good reason. On Hartenstein? Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Boy, oh boy, is this a big stretch right here. I mean, look, you got a lot of game to play, but you have to figure out a way to plug the hole. Like, because it's a gaping hole right now.
2 feet in the paint again.
Are you kidding?
They're just not able to give any resistance at the moment. And I'm not sure, again, what there is to do other than to be better.
Keep fighting.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep fighting. There you go, Alec.
Jesus Christ. You don't want it to go down. You don't want it to go out like this. Come on, guys. Just like, I know it's unfair to ask, but
they won't go down like this. There's gonna be a fight here. I mean, listen, there's got to be an answer to some of this stuff. I mean, if you're a Chua, you just got to get your foot on the baseline there and just keep him out of the paint.
Yeah,
but it's just,
you said it. Got to get a foot on the baseline.
String 2 or 3 stops together.
That would be nice, or one stop together.
I'll take one, yeah, but I just
one turns into 2, 2 turns into 3. Screened off.
If that went in.
Well, I mean, I'm actually shocked it didn't.
Yeah, at this point.
I mean, I'd give Brunson maybe another possession. Yeah,
sure.
Maybe. I don't know if he comes in. I don't know if he's at the score table now. You got to cut into this here.
I mean, at this point, I think the goal probably has to be get it to single digits before the break.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, I feel like maybe that's too modest of a goal. And on the other hand, I'm like, shit, at the rate we're going, could be down by 25 at the break. So
I mean, I'd sign up for that right now.
Yeah, you'd say, okay.
You know, 9-point game at the half.
Yeah. Long way to go until then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he certainly does look like he's regaining that form. Okay. What do we got here? And they have not hit the offensive boards since those a couple of early ones, which is tough. It's not. I mean, Brunson has to get off the bench, right?
You're asking DiVincenzo to sort of run your offense now, and
yep. Of course it has. Why wouldn't they? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the crowd never had a chance to get into this, at least to start here.
I mean, and like they started it off on the right foot with those big shots, and then it's just like you can only take so much, and you have to wonder if the Knicks are feeling the same way right now.
Well, it's 48-30 Pacers lead, 9:19 to go in the second. The Pacers, we keep saying they're going to the scoring will slow down, the shooting percentage will slow down. Not yet. They're 20 of 25 from the field.
They were shooting 80%.
80%. This is
nuts.
this is Georgetown Villanova right now, basically.
Yeah, no,
in terms of the shooting.
Yeah, it is.
I don't listen. I don't. What do you do here? If you're the Knicks, you need Brunson to come in here and try to. You need to slow the game down. So he has not taken a free throw yet. You need to. If you're Brunson, you need to sort of get into attack mode in a way that is going to draw defenders to you for free throws or for driving kicks right now, because everything seems to be sort of a slog now offensively, to say nothing about what's happening on the other end. And as we know, if Hart is going to be not quite himself, you've taken away a large piece of their offense, which is Hart's ability to move in transition. But if you're Brunson, you have to slow the game down on the offensive end. And that will, as we know in how the series has gone, that will slow the Pacer offense down. So that might be the next best chance to get a superstar finish to the second quarter by Brunson, slow the game down a little bit, let the Pacers take it out of the net, and try to cut into this lead a little bit. And as we talked about, try to get it at least in single digits before the half.
Yep. Yeah, no, that has to be the goal right now. You're basically asking them in the next 9 minutes to cut an 18-point lead in half. And then worry about the other half for the rest of the game. Again, all the credit in the world to the Pacers, who are doing everything they need to do. I don't really know. You know what the tough part about this is for me? It's like, I don't know, the way they're playing and the way they're shooting and the way they're moving without the ball, with the ball, passing, everything, like they're playing like a great team right now.
Yep.
You know, and I guess maybe the frustration goes back to game 3 when they did not play like a great team in the second half of that game and the Knicks had a chance to go up 3-0. You know, I feel like I'm going to be referencing that for the rest of into my dying days. But they have found their stride. Can you take them out of their stride? And I think, and look, they got in grooves like this throughout the year where for stretches at a time, this Indiana team, you felt like, oh my God, how does this team is never going to miss? Like they had stretches like this. This is not completely out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
What you didn't expect, perhaps, because again, they are a young team who's not been here yet, is for it to come through in a game 7 of on the road.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's you can't deny that they've played a brilliant offensive game to start, and they've competed on the defensive end. ABC is showing the highlights. I mean, you have 4 yellow shirts in the paint on these Brunson drives. It's a lot for him, and he's now back in the game. And we'll see if he can flip this switch. Great pass, short.
And it's going to be a foul on Hart. Yep. So that's going to be Brunson now in for Hartenstein, who had just come into the game, by the way.
Then you wonder about, and this could be just the Pacers making every shot, but if you're the Knicks, you get the sort of euphoria of Anunoby playing, and then 2 minutes in, he's gone. And you wonder how that affects you mentally.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Got beat on the closeout. And now you're down by 20. Oh, wow. You don't see that very often. Come on, guys. Don't go down like this. Okay. Well, now we're in some really dicey territory, because this now has the risk of getting out of hand.
Yep.
And where is the answer going to come from? I really just don't know the answer. I'm not blaming this on the refs. I see there's a comment here in the chat like, no, this is not a ref. This has nothing to do with the refs. This is, I mean, it's part of that. The Knicks don't have their team, but I can't help but like watch what I'm seeing here and just feel like I got to give a lot of credit to Indiana.
They're not missing. Yeah, there's no. I mean, are the refs gonna get them to miss? Are they gonna start saying those shots don't count? Like,
no, they missed 5 shots.
I'm having a hard time even analyzing. Like, I've never seen this. Like, they've missed 5 shots.
This is wild. This is again. I mean, again, you play to get Game 7 in your building because you expected to help avoid something of this ilk. You can overcome it if you could get stops.
A miss.
Let's go in Pacers way. Yeah, you can see it.
Yep.
Funky bounce. I mean, he was there, just couldn't get a hand on it. Come on, give this team or give this crowd something, anything. Like the Pacers, like if they did their job so far. They took the crowd completely out of the game. Jeez. I mean, imagine how loosey-goosey the Pacers are feeling right now. That's the tough part, where you have a great offensive team without not feeling any pressure whatsoever. Because it's like we have a 20-point lead. You know, why shouldn't we fire away with confidence?
Yeah, and that can go the other way if you start to get out of your normal what's gotten you here if you're the Pacers. But I agree with you largely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, get back in this, guys. Get the crowd back in it. Man, look at the crowd.
Trying.
Alec Burks.
Of course, Alec Burks.
I'm stunned by the crowd right now. This is not typically a crowd that is.
Switch it.
This is an anxiety crowd usually, but I'm very pleased how they're.
What is happening?
I mean, it's great shot making.
I'm annoyed at it. Yeah,
I know it's great shot making, but at the same time, it's like there's not really much denial of penetration.
Burks, speaking of great shot making.
Yeah. See, but that's why it's too easy to split there. I mean, I guess it's fine with the switch.
Another travel. There you go. We're getting stops.
Okay. Oh, man. Come on, guys. Don't let it go down like this.
No, a 3 would be just so massive right now. Get this a 15. Set a screen. Set a good screen.
That's not a good screen.
Get rid of the ball.
Yeah, he needs to.
Oh,
that's a good move.
Lost the friggin' ball. They got lucky.
They got very lucky. Yeah, that wasn't a clean look.
No, he lost it on the way up.
A lot of Precious, not a lot of Hartenstein in this game so far. I wonder if Hartenstein is just like maybe doesn't feel like he has the speed. Kick it. Keep. Yep. Okay. Good.
He wasn't established. Okay.
No, he wasn't.
Alec Burks. Oh my gosh.
Man, if they get back into this game
because of Alec Burks,
Burks is gonna get a statue. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a great block.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the one thing Turner could do, is he's a great rim protector at the rim. You know, I mean, credit to Deuce. He stayed after it, and he legally or otherwise got the ball. Okay.
Some life.
Some life. A little bit of
Some life.
Shout out to this crowd. Shout out Alec Burks.
I'm
56-39. The Knicks trail by 17. And if you're just joining us, it was much worse just recently. This is down to 17. Excuse me. Knicks are shooting 45% from the field, 46% from 3, 4 of 11, which you could be better on that. Alec Burks with 10 points off the bench in 7 minutes. The Pacers are 24 of 30 from the field. They've missed 6 shots, and it's these 2 turnovers, these Nemhard travels that have been their stops. It's not them missing yet. So
that is correct. And shout out the crowd, because I want to be clear. You know, it's obviously a great home crowd. The Garden is one of one, but there is times where you get into these games where things aren't going well to start, and that, you know, the PTSD, the anxiety starts to bubble up, and not typically one to sort of be the galvanizer from behind. And this crowd, when they hit that, when they were down 20, stood up and was galvanizing. And I think, you know, the stuff matters. So shout out MSG for, they're not going down without a fight. You know, I know that sounds corny. And this team with behind the Alec Burks ISOs, they're not going down without a fight. And we knew they wouldn't. So we just have to. How much time is left in the game in the quarter?
In the quarter, it was about 6 minutes. Right?
6 minutes. So yeah, you can still get this
5:33.
Yeah, I mean, you can still get this under. You can still get it to 9.
Absolutely can. Absolutely can. Need stops.
It does. I guess the thing that I'm struggling with is, like, is there a level of energy that they just? It feels like there's a level of energy that they have not reached on defense, and I'm just wondering if they can reach it. You know,
right? And that's that's not even considering how much they're going to need to, in terms of energy, to get back in this game and then win it. And we've seen, I mean, that time and time again, a team pulls through, pulls it close, and then they just run out of gas.
They're not out there dogging it, you know. Like,
no,
it's not what we're seeing here.
It's a team that is consistently getting you into rotation, 2 to the ball, and making reads off that. And then the Knicks were, even with this little, I don't know, it's not even a run, this little burst of life here. These aren't quality looks. Alec Burks has just made a few. And that, to me, it's like the offensive end. If they were scoring more and just giving up points, at least I would be confident that, all right, the regression on the Pacer side would allow them to get back into it. But I just don't love the looks they're getting on offense. Some looks early were good. Some of the 3-pointers that DiVincenzo got off, and the first Anunoby shot. But second quarter, I just don't like the shot quality the Knicks are getting, which is alarming, but can flip. I mean, you have Jalen Brunson. He's got to be the one.
That's the thing, and it feels like the Pacers. I mean, look, it's fair to ask: is he maybe running out of gas? I don't know. All right, made the free throw. No, oh, sorry, this is not live.
We're still getting replays.
Yeah, this is a replay.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Insane.
I mean, hell,
still 80%.
Yeah. DJ, you have the pivot fade box score up, right?
Yes, I do.
13 of 17 on jump shots. Like, what is this? It's insane. This is insane.
Interesting. So we have Hart on Siakam and Achua on Turner.
Good defense.
Yes, that's it.
There
That's what we need.
Precious. Down 14.
Okay. That's
there
what we need.
go.
The turnovers. That's how you won Game 5. You won Game 5 with turnovers. Easy points combined with preventing them from even getting a shot attempt. By far the easiest way to stop this offense. Can you do it a little bit more?
Halliburton not even looking at the rim. There you go.
That's it. Go after it. Get after it. Get after it. Oh, Burks, you could have got it. You could have got your hand in there.
Tough.
That I would have. That was a good possession for most of it.
Move.
No, don't waste the momentum. Don't waste the momentum.
Unguarded.
That was massive. Those 2 buckets were massive. And it was not
get
a
it
good
to Deuce. Thank
possession.
you.
Good rebounding from Indiana.
Now these cross matches in transition. That's what they do. No 3 seconds, 5 seconds.
Come on. 19. He's not even.
Alec
Get
Burks.
in there.
Unbelievable stuff
Oh
from
my
Burks.
gosh.
Hey,
Really
he's
is.
redeemed himself.
Yeah.
If you had Alec Burks leading the team in scoring on your bingo card, take a bow.
All right. Another stop. Another stop.
They're just going to have to start missing some shots in sequence. I mean, it just has to happen.
Shots would be nice. Yes, I agree.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
God
damn it.
And again, that was a well-defended possession. It was a well-defended possession right up until the end.
2 to the ball. 3 to the ball.
3 to the ball. That's the thing, man. I don't think you could converge on him like that. Because he's going to find something.
No, that was not. Someone blew a coverage there. I don't know who it was. But you can't have 3, and then you can't have Brunson coming over. Is that 3 on Hartenstein?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, you had 3-2 earlier.
I gotta tell you, man, I don't know how. It's tough because you would love him for the offensive rebounding, but like Hartenstein has not had a good game today.
I mean, this is the offense. You can't bail out. I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
you're not cutting into this lead when one team is getting layups and open threes, and you're just trying to grind your way with Alec Burks and Jalen Brunson ISOs.
No. Yeah, it's not good enough there. Not good enough. So now we got who came in for Hartenstein?
Precious.
Okay.
All right, Dante.
Dante came in for Deuce.
Yep.
Interesting.
Keep him out of the lane and make some threes. Great. Good.
This is their best defensive possession in a while.
Well, I mean, finish it though.
And he still hits it.
Doesn't matter. I mean, it's a superstar performance today from Tyrese Halliburton and from Pascal Siakam. Both of those guys playing like absolute studs.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute studs.
100%.
I don't know if we're getting this one down to single digits by the half.
Good defense.
I mean, it was good defense, but even that, it was like they had you in rotation.
I was talking about Precious.
Yeah. He's in his element right now, man. He's in his element. Challenge what? I don't even know what is there to challenge there?
I don't know. I guess on the
Out
knockout
of bounds call.
Hit off his hand at the
didn't
end.
go off of.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame for Tibbs for grasping at straws before this thing gets completely
Yeah.
out of hand if it's not out of hand already. You know?
And he's right. 100% he's right.
What?
Precious never touched it.
Oh, so that went off the backboard?
No, I mean, he just lost the ball on the way up.
Oh, yeah. So who do we got in here right now? We got Burks, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Achua, and Josh Hart.
Yes.
Has Hart sat in this? If Hart is sat, I don't remember him sitting. I maybe he did, and I just missed it. No, he had to have sat because he only played 18 minutes. I don't. Great.
Hey, stop. See, good defense.
I mean,
it's an historic shooting half for the Pacers. Historic.
That's why I'm having a hard time being like any analysis, DJ.
Right.
I got nothing.
100%.
75% from the field. The worst defense doesn't allow 75% from the field.
at this point, I think maybe I'd sign to get it under 15, 12, 13 points, maybe. Unbelievable stuff. And Brunson has not been good. Let's also just say that flatly.
Here we go.
Could have been a foul there. Nope.
Kieran.
He's had a lot of chances, and it just has not been his night at all. Or his day, rather. I mean, of course it goes down. Of course. If Brunson's can't do anything on offense, or can't be special on offense, and I don't really know what else there is to say. I wonder if he's just run out of gas. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at what is, there's some good looks in there, but everything's such a grind.
But isn't that his game? Without Randall.
Yeah, usually there's just a little more in terms of a head of steam. Maybe you set the screens a little higher. Maybe that's an adjustment coming. But the fact that Hartenstein's not in the game, he's their best screen setter. He's the one guy that misses a free throw. He's your best option to free him up for at least some momentum getting to his spots, even if it's not all the way to the rim. It's getting downhill. And then you play against a shifting defense. So he has no one doing that for him right now. So it's just all him trying to grind his way with, 2 non-shooters. It's not easy.
It's very hard.
There you go.
That's good defense.
And they got back.
Yeah, they got back. Good job.
There you go. Alec Burks.
Player of the half without question.
My God.
That's not even debatable for the Knicks. It's a 3-0 Knick run.
You can't send Dante to help. Where's your help coming from? It's a lot to ask of him.
The best he can do. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
heroic
mad.
stuff from Hart today. The fact that he's out there and hasn't come out.
Literally taking elbows into his midsection.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do.
Just beyond the level of Hart that, no pun intended.
Yeah, no, I got you.
That anyone should be expected to show. It feels like it's going wasted right now. Yeah, I see Mekki in the chat. I didn't expect this. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected this. And yeah, no, it feels like the Knicks haven't gotten a stop in a game and a half.
Look, I think the fact that Anunoby played is telling you that the Knicks were desperate for his impact and what he brings defensively. It just is what it is. And that's why, whether there was like a 10% chance he was able to give it a go and perform at a high level, they were willing to take the risk.
Yep.
Because it's clear how important he is. And I know I'm not saying anything that's groundbreaking, and then offense, I mean, hey. All right.
Hey, I am asking for. Here's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for one free throw,
one stop,
one stop,
one
more basket, and one more stop to get it to 15 at the half.
Yeah,
that is what I am asking for. That's my last best request.
Knicks Heat 2000 Game 6. They were down 15 at the half at the Garden, came back and won. So.
Get a stop, please. One stop. What can you do to get a stop? Popper says OG's still riding the bicycle near the tunnel.
Okay. Get the rebound. All right. 2 for 1? No. Relax.
Get in. 15.
Let one
stop. One stop,
please.
John, I feel like this would be a great omen if they can pull it out.
Oh, man.
I feel like it.
Just get the crowd back into this.
I don't know if it's going to matter.
Back into this. Come on. One stop.
Can you switch everything on this?
Travel? Offensive?
Whatever.
I'll take it. All right.
Okay.
Can I be greedy and ask for a bucket here? Get it under 15?
I would request not a turnover.
I would also request not a turnover. I agree. Oh, man.
Offense, defense for Carlisle here. He knows how important this last possession is.
Crowd's giving you everything they can give you.
Yep.
Crowd's giving you everything they can give you.
Yes, they'll threw the ball out of bounds. So what do we Nick ball
so
anyway?
Get Deuce up here in the backcourt to help. I mean, all right.
Frustrating.
Very.
But what else is new? Okay. So you know what? I'm going to go do my halftime Zoom because I have a feeling it's going to be a long one. So I'll let you guys reset. I'll be back.
You're good. Halftime here at Madison Square Garden. Let me see if it's a goaltend. That's a good block. Yeah. Halftime at MSG. The Knicks trail 70. They give up 70 points in that half, 39 in the first, 31 in the second. I don't want to hear this guy, so let me just mute the stream real quick. 15 points for Siakam, 16 points for Halliburton, as the screen tells you, on 6 of 8 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3. TJ McConnell with the 6 points off the bench. Their bench has missed one shot. I just realized this. The bench is 7 of 8 from the field, and it's an Obi Toppin 3 that missed. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson, 12 points on 13 shots. DiVincenzo, 14 points on 10 shots. Alec Burks, 14 points on 6 field goal attempts in the first half. Outside of Precious, he's the best plus minus because it's -3. And yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein, just 4 rebounds in the first half. The Knicks only had 4 offensive rebounds as a team in the first half. DiVincenzo, 14 points. Again, 3. The Knicks are 4 of 14 from 3, so they're not hitting threes. Mm-hmm. And Indiana is shot 76% from the field, 29 of 38, including, I'm going to go back to that other box score. Indiana shot 17 of 22 on jump shots in the first half. It's just insane.
Incredible. Their effective field goal percentage, 86.8%.
Yeah.
They actually, so the second quarter, you think you're going to have some regression. They shot 76% in the second quarter after shooting 80% in the first. I don't know how this stacks up in terms of, we already got the number in terms of 39 points being, I think it was the most
in a first quarter
in the first quarter in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
You have the lead down to down. I know it sounds crazy. You have the lead down to 15. I still believe there will be some regression here. There has to be for the Pacers. And the key to me is more on offense. Like, how are you able to do enough offensively? Where's the adjustment there? Is it just Jalen Brunson scores 25 in the second half, and that might be it? That might be your offense. It's possible, and he's certainly capable. But Deuce only has 2. We talked about Hartenstein, 0 assists as well. Just he is, if it's not Brunson, he is typically a really good. His ability to be a passing hub has been a good source of offense. That just has not been a part of the game so far. DiVincenzo's played well. I mean, listen, this team is going to come out in the second half with a level of energy to try to adjust. Whether it's their final punch of the year, they're going to throw one to start the third quarter, and it'll be up to the Pacers. Like, I feel like the Knicks will cut into the lead in the second half to start the third significantly. I do believe that. And it'll be a question of, like, how can they sustain it, and then how the Pacers react to it. But they have not made the Pacers feel uncomfortable once in the game, and they have to do that. And it has to start immediately coming out of the half.
Cosign. What do you think lineup he starts the second half with? That one to close. Alec Burks, I don't think he's going to get 40 minutes. He's going to play 45 minutes, but I wonder if he goes Precious over Hartenstein, because that seemed to work toward the end, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And then, the fact that Anunoby is still...
So we get 5 more minutes from Anunoby, and it's just 2 more buckets? Yeah.
I mean, look, we'll get reporting after the game, but it just, the whole Anunoby playing and then just not moving, it's just very odd how that all happened. Very odd. I just don't know how where was the communication? What was the thought process? Because they had to have asked him, like, all right, you can, if you want to go, are you able to push this thing? Because he started the game unwilling to push it. So I question how that was communicated from player to team. So I don't know. I mean, we know the history of him. We talked about it. I mean, John mentioned at the start before the game started about he can put to rest all the concerns about him playing through injury. So I'm just a little perturbed about how that all went down. Because if he was going to play, then you have to play. You can't play 50%. That's unfair. So we'll see whether or not he comes back in this game.
2 super chats. Legend of GMAC. Can I at least get a fake comeback here? I'll do my part, Robert. I will do my best. Okay. Then Robert Cross again. Ace in the hole. My adjustments is more JB off ball.
Which fine, but then he's off ball, and that means that you're at least you're just running him through 100 screens to sort of free him up. That will require Hartenstein to be part of that, and he just has been terrible today. And then the second piece is, if he's off ball, who's your on ball creator? It could be Alec Burks, but Alec Burks is going to create for himself. And then we saw DiVincenzo that he didn't look good doing it the couple of times that he did today. That's the problem. He can off ball. Jalen Brunson's a very dangerous player, but that requires some sort of on-ball gravity that the Knicks don't currently have. So it's a good thought, though, Robert. And they might be at a point where they just have to, throw it all against the wall and see what sticks. Best Hellboy, I mean, guy has a blown hamstring. What is mental about that? He can't move. I understand. And I would never ask a player to play with especially a soft tissue injury. He didn't test it. We have enough reporting to suggest he did not test it rigorously before the game. So there had to have been a communication between the Knicks coaching staff, front office, and Anunoby in terms of, okay, so you want to give this a try. You're pushing. And we had reporting yesterday that he's really itching to play, wanting to give this a try. You can't do that and then also be unwilling to really test it. And it's clear, despite the two made shots, that he was not either he can't do it or he was unwilling to do it. And I don't know which one it is. And this is not an anti-Anunoby thing. This is, I get it. I'm almost wondering, like, on the Knicks side of things, like, what were you expecting in this for him? If he was telling you, yeah, I can't really push off on it and I can sort of be out there, I could space, I could do these things, then why was he even there? Why do you play? And then the fact that he's on a bike per Steve Popper is also even more confusing because he didn't come back in after coming out early. So
was there any other reporting about what Anunoby's up to? Oh, Woj Bontemps tweets ASAP, I was told. What am I looking at?
Hey, you're underwater.
Sorry.
You're back.
What Woj Bontemps tweets was I told to?
I got Tim's tweets, his timeline right now. Nothing.
Is it just the stat that teams leading by at least 15 at half in a game 7 are 20-0 all time? Oh. I don't care. I think the Knicks are gonna have to make some history. The Pacers made history in the first half. I mean, thank you for the stat, Hayden. Oh, best shooting ever. Apparently, there's a best shooting ever half. The main reason Indiana is leading by 15 at the half, the Pacers had the best shooting half in a playoff game in the last 25 years, shooting 76% to surpass the Spurs in the first half of Game 3 of the 2014 NBA Finals against the Heat. I remember that Finals.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what we just saw was 2014 Spurs like good. I mean, I got nothing. Like, we could say what adjustment can they make? We could say who can be better, what lineup to play, what happened to Anunoby. Like, man, what else do you say? They shot 76% that half. I got 2 super chats for you, DJ.
Okay.
From Meki Jade. In the regular chat, Meki, tell us how you pronounce your last name. I'd like to know that officially. Only 2 fouls for Hart. Why didn't we play more in the first half? Secondly, what's been the biggest first half comeback in the Knicks for the Knicks this season? I'd have to look that up. And I thought Hart was particularly bad, and I thought he picked up a 3rd foul.
He has 3.
Yeah, he's got 3 fouls.
He's got 3.
Meki, and you're at a certain point looking for matchups, and he was bad. So
yeah, I mean, minus 21, which obviously 1 half. That's a noisy number, but it felt like it was especially true for his performance.
Yeah,
he's go ahead.
That just keep going. I have the next super chat up.
No, he's as indispensable a player other than Jalen Brunson on the team. So if he's playing like this, there's no shot. There's no shot. So we need obviously a peak Isaiah Hartenstein performance in the second half.
Yeah, I didn't notice if it was the same as last game, but I noticed that they were treating him like Mitch in the way the Cavs treated Mitch, or were just sending 2 at him in Game 6. And even more so, Turner wasn't even trying to get rebounds. It was just like, I'm going to box out. It was like that rebound drill where you just see how many times he could hit the floor. He made it his mission when a shot went up. I'm going to find Hartenstein and make sure he doesn't get a chance. And that kind of neutralized him.
It did. Yeah. And then you usually, all right. So how do you combat that? Well, you usually Josh Hart is
which is where Josh Hart being compromised is tough to be like, well, so who else is going to rebound? Oh, the guy with an abdominal strain at the moment. So like we saw a couple of good Alec Burks rebounds in game 6, and it's tough to be like, well, Alec Burks being a good rebounder is a bonus when it's like, no, that's by necessity because Josh Hart can't do anything. So next up we got from Red Sarachek, we can adjust, switch, screen, hedge, whatever we want. Tank is on E. What happens now is somewhere between fate and destiny. Pray, change shirts. I don't know. I mean, I'm as lost for words as you are, Red. Like I even changed my shirt to the why not now? And maybe because the team shoots like the 2014 Spurs is why not now.
Yep. We're getting a look at the in-arena feed here. Knicks are, Deuce is out there. Hart, Jalen getting shots off. Deuce always in just full uniform, no warm-ups, is always endearing to me as he does this. He just looks completely out of place, but somehow perfect for Deuce McBride. I still think they're going to, I don't know how much they're going to cut into the lead, but I just think that there's going to be a third quarter push here to get some life into this crowd. The Pacers will not, and this is my famous last words, they will not shoot 70% for the game. So
you froze, DJ. DJ, you froze. Now you're back. Now you're back. Yeah, you're back.
Okay. So yeah, it's just what kind of regression do the Pacers have? Is it just mild? Is it significant? And then where on offense are the Knicks getting their points from? I think DiVincenzo feels like the guy to string together a couple threes early. Like I could sort of envision how the Knicks cut into this a little bit. Does Hart have enough in the tank to be a driver in transition and generate some open looks from three for his teammates? Because you get some missed shots. That's when Hart really becomes dynamite as a passer. So those are sort of the areas I'm looking for. But I just think they're going to play it inordinately hard to start this third quarter, and then cut into lead, and then we can worry about like how much they have left in the tank in the fourth quarter if this is the ball game, because that'll be another question, because there's going to be a significant, many resources that are going to have to be exhausted to get cut into this lead. But yeah, you got to start there, and think this third quarter will start with the Knicks cutting into it a little bit and making this a ball game, and then seeing where you are from there. But that's got to be the first step. Noah Dennis, DJ, it would literally be an NBA record if they did that, and at that point they deserve all the credit in terms of not having any regression. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. You're right about that. But I just think the Knicks will play harder with a desperation to start this third quarter. I think that will go a long way.
I'd like to get it under 10. Get it under 10 quick, DJ.
I think you're right. I think it has to be like one of those like quick 6-0 spurts, early time out for the Pacers type thing.
Yeah. You're underwater, by the way. Hold, you're under the water. Just mute and come back. Mute and unmute.
Hello.
Much better.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like a quick 6-0 spurt to get this game, the third quarter started. Early Pacer timeout. Try to start there. I don't think they're going out losing this game by 30. So they're going to cut into this deficit, I believe, in this right now. And it starts defensively. It starts with the Pacers missing some shots. But let's go. And we have it early. All right, so just real quick, DiVincenzo's got the Haliburton matchup.
Interesting.
McBride is starting. And then
no surprise there.
Yeah. Good.
That's good. That's a good closeout.
That's a shot clock violation. There you go. That's a start.
What do you got, guys? What do you got?
Good look.
Give me this.
Please go down. Good rebound. All right, we knew that. Ugh. All right.
Offensive.
That's offensive. There you go, Brunson. That's good defense with your feet. There you go.
All right, 2 stops. Let's get some points.
DJ, you noticed that box out on the other end, right?
On Hartenstein?
Turner on Hartenstein. Telling you, he's got one. He was given one job in Game 6. He's not even trying to go for rebounds. He's just boxing out Hartenstein. It's outstanding.
It's smart.
It's
incredibly
commending it and talking about it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Trying to draw the foul maybe a little bit there.
A little bit. Try to get into the body and create contact. Oh, he got through it was a Gortat screen there by Hartenstein. He got through it. Come on.
There you go.
And you get the sense he's not comfortable shooting from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. They're fighting, but nothing's dropping.
Nothing's dropping, and they're gonna have 2.4 seconds here if they win this tip.
That Hartenstein one was really short.
Yes, very oddly short. He's been obviously incredibly efficient with that shot.
Yeah, incredibly, very much so.
Okay, where's he going with this? How's that not a goaltend?
And they call it, and they call it. There you go.
They're not going to challenge
it. Are they going to challenge it?
No, I think it's very close.
It's too close.
All right. One more stop. Or another stop. Make it 3 in a row.
We have 13 third quarter points.
You can cut into this lead in 5 minutes.
You can. If you get stops, you can.
He missed.
Okay, that's a miss.
Forcing him left.
Put the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on.
Deuce. Down 11. There you go.
Timeout. Let's go.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Woo!
I gotta pee again.
You okay?
Sorry, I lost the feed for a second.
You're good.
Okay. All right.
Now you're frozen. Now you're back.
Okay. All right.
Now you're good. Whew. Okay. Down 11. Better defense so far. Offense is not perfect, but like Brunson's 5 of 16, where he's not having the game 7 that you wanted him to have. Some of it is just shots he normally makes. Some of it is things he's forced. Does have 8 assists, so he's looking for others. But yeah, you're gonna need more from your superstar.
Precisely.
I mean, if you had said that we'd be in the third quarter and the Pacers would be shooting 74% from the field and the Knicks would be shooting 44% from the field, and that Jalen Brunson would be shooting 5 of 16 from the field, and you would have been like, all right, what deficit are you signing for? You signed for 11 points in a millisecond.
100% right.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's where we are right now.
And look, the Pacers, Johnny talked about how free they were playing early in the game, and you wonder how, they're going to have to get their sea legs back a little bit because they have not had to play with any sort of energy, or not energy, but urgency or anxiety in this game yet because of how well they started. So we'll see how they respond, because now they have a team that's desperate. They're playing a desperate team right now. And, they're going to have to respond here in a way that they might, but will be an interesting thing to follow. But I like the DiVincenzo move to Haliburton because I feel like he's a little bit bigger. He's been, we saw it in the Maxey, in the Philadelphia series with Maxey. He's a little more disciplined in keeping Haliburton to his left hand. So I do like that switch. And then on that step back 3, that was going to that left hand that he missed, Haliburton, to start this third quarter.
And Deuce is now on, was it Neesmith or not Neesmith? Nembhard.
Yeah, but he's really more of like a free safety. Like he's the OG role. Obviously not OG impact, but I
mean, look. You wonder when they're going to try to go back to Siakam. And is there a substitution that coincides with that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good day.
Great day.
I was gonna say, please don't show me the 95 one. Please don't show me the 95 one. Don't need to know what happened.
Curious what the play call is here.
There's great defense so far. Great defense. There you go.
That was outstanding.
Get in there! Down 8. Down 8, fellas. Don't even bother looking at the rim, Tyrese. Don't even bother. Oh, the stones on DiVincenzo.
No, he has come out in the second half, and he's taken this game on his shoulders in terms of what's needed right now on both ends.
One more stop. Do we get one more stop? One more? Defend like your life depends on it, guys.
Oh, he lost him.
He gambled.
On what? How did he gamble? Why did he
tried to onto Siakam. He dug and then he kept his momentum, took him that way. Thank you, Jalen.
Come on.
Okay.
You set the high screen. Get him a little momentum.
Good switch.
Oh, they're not looking at Turner in the post with Hart.
Foul on the
floor. Good foul.
Yeah. Clock resets to 14, right?
Yeah. It's a good screen.
Punch dribble, boom. Get momentum down and then use it against them. But that's where the screen set it towards half court helps. Can't do it, guys.
Needed that.
I mean, there were 3 Knicks there.
Good read. There you go. Down 6.
It's okay.
Need this.
One time. That's ours. Okay.
Now, Hartstein's come. He's impacting the game.
Yep.
His defense on Siakam, his defensive rebounding, and then that offensive rebound or forced tip out.
Hell of a finish. Okay, what do we got?
It's going to end in a Josh Hart 3 attempt. All right. Need to
Okay,
stop.
come on. Yeah, you got it. Now you need another stop. JB has to be on. JB has to be on someone.
Great help.
Yeah, wonderful help. How many fouls is that for the quarter?
2.
Second.
Yeah.
2.
2.
That was good defense, by the way, on the last possession by Indiana on Brunson.
Yeah, I agree.
Jeez. Big shot. Okay, it's still 10. It's still 10. Massive.
7.
The guts on that dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's Josh Hart on Turner. Okay. That's okay. Stand your ground.
Lost it.
Lost the ball. There you go.
Lost it on twice in game 5. Similar post-ups. Just lost the ball.
Nick ball.
Hope so.
A little late on that, Jalen, and that he had Hart popping out. Even it's just the pass he needs to make. Just let Hart
pop it back out.
Just let Hart play with the advantage. Even if he's not shooting the ball, he can drive it. Let's get a little layup here. Something easy.
Unbelievable. That's a tough turn.
Thought Deuce had the shot in the corner off the catch.
He's 0 of 4 from 3. I think it's in his head.
Might be.
That's why he drove instead.
It might be time. I mean, he's helpful to the defense, but
guys, end of timeout.
Okay. It was 15. It got down to 6 or 7.
7. 5-0 run right here.
It got down to 7, and now it's back up to 12. Okay. That was a bad pass. That was a great pass. Two turnovers, man. 2 freaking turnovers. You got to take care of the ball. You got to get shots on goal, because then at least you give yourself a chance at offensive rebounds, and you don't give them easy opportunities.
Yeah, you're +3 in the quarter still.
Yeah, but every time you have to summon it up.
No, it takes it. Your energy bar goes a little bit lower.
What are we feeling?
Young Indiana team has responded well to the Knicks' initial punch here. The Nesmith jumper, the Turner three that they just hit.
The Nesmith jumper was big.
Yeah,
because that was a tough shot.
Yeah, that's
a tough shot. You know, man, you hate the turnovers though.
Yeah, I think let me double check this. I mean, they've missed 4 shots this quarter, so like they're missing now, but they're still shooting well. So it's like it's tough for me to be like,
no, I mean the defense has been better.
Yeah, they're still hitting everything.
You know? I mean that 3 by Turner though. I mean they're 10 of 16 from deep in the game. Like even with them quote unquote slumping in this quarter, I mean 10 of 16 from deep is 10 of 16 from deep. Like at some you do need to get a little lucky when you're trying to come back from 20 down. You know? Mm-hmm. Unless if you're coming back against a good team,
they're gonna need them to start missing. I agree.
Can we get this? I don't know. At this point, it's like I just want there to be a fourth quarter that matters. So I'm like, get it to single digits going into the fourth. I know it's tough because it was down to 7, and there's time left. But there's 5:33 left in this quarter. Do you bring Burks in here? By the way,
I would think about it.
It was honestly my thought when Deuce had that turnover because it was off of a 3 that he wasn't confident taking, which unfortunately we can't go by process. We have to go by who's playing well. And Alec Burks had 14 points on 6 shots in the first half. So.
Okay, come on. Playing a hell of a game. Is that a 5-second or a timeout?
Oh, come on,
guys. Are you kidding me?
Can't happen. Cannot happen. Absolutely, totally cannot happen. Inexcusable.
Obi in for Siakam.
It's right back to 14. It's like this run never happened. Man, I don't know. I have a tough time with Deuce being in the game right now.
Tough.
But a foul. That hurt so much.
Jalen standing there.
That's the first thing all game long where I've been like, that's inexcusable.
Yeah, we've all talked about it. Like Brunson specifically, where he is in terms of like what he has left in the tank. He's gotten blown by a few times. Hasn't had it offensively. But we're down 12.
See what he's got left.
Yep.
I can't believe Josh Hart in this game.
Yeah, and
it's insanity.
Been effective too.
He's given you so much more than you could have ever reasonably asked for. That's a great closeout. Great closeout.
Wow, they ended up getting a decent look. And a rebound.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's a foul, and Obi Toppin. They didn't call it. Whew.
What is
okay?
I don't know
all right.
What's happening.
Down 10.
Should Hartenstein just let that go out of bounds or no?
He tipped it, but I see what you're saying. Run him off.
That's a great. I mean,
Neesmith mid-range jumpers, man. Look at this.
Are you kidding me?
That's terrible. That's atrocious.
Listen, this is on Jalen here.
It's all on Jalen.
He's not being tough enough right now to get the ball, and he might just be spent. And I get it, but that's twice now.
Oh, I totally get it.
Listen, McConnell's pressing him. You just gotta get the ball.
I mean, he's having a nightmare game. And of all the things that I expected in a game 7, Brunson having this sort of game is not one of the things I expected. I thought he would figure out a way. Ben, drive safe.
Yeah, safe travels, Ben.
All right, and we are back to the halftime deficit with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Oh, deuce.
Trying to draw the foul, but you're not going to get that there.
I thought he was trying to make get the crowd back. Like he was going for a dunk on Turner. I don't blame him for the effort. It's just a layup and a foul maybe gets you.
He might have pinned it either way, to be honest. He had a track pretty good.
Good defense.
Jalen out.
Interesting. That's the shot you wind up with there? I don't understand that one. I don't understand that one at all. And there you go. Might be it. That's an 8-0 run.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, they're out of sorts now. That might have been what they had. That might have been what they had.
Yeah, I thought they had. You maybe have 2 of them. Maybe you have 1 more left, but I am not confident right now.
Maybe 1 more.
Maybe.
I mean, at this point, it would almost be impressive if they got this thing back to single digits before there were 5 minutes left to go in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think now, at this point, that's what you have to hope for if you're the Knicks. Get it to single digits with like 5-6 minutes left to go.
Brunson back in.
For who?
For DiVincenzo.
It's interesting.
Devo's been one of your
good, but he also hasn't. I mean, you can start putting him on the line now. What a freaking performance for the Pacers today. Unbelievable. Not a great Knicks performance, but what a performance from the Pacers.
Mm-hmm. No, all the credit, man. They've been great.
Just a lot of extra efforts from Indiana right now. Yeah, it's a good tweet. So, silly mistakes are often fatigue mistakes. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Really? Where?
I think they're Hart kind of backing into him as he was up, but it's.
Man. Gonna lose 4 out of 5 games to this fucking team. Unbelievable.
That's all right. Yeah, they're gonna call that every time.
All right. Looks like Brunson back to the locker room. Chicago Flow. Rick Brunson back with him in the locker room, which has obviously been when Jalen goes back there with any sort of injury, that's his dad follows. But we have all mentioned how Jalen's looked today and has not been his normal self.
He's not himself.
Josh Hart is 5,000. Tibbs is leaving him in. At this point,
has no choice. Yeah. Has no choice. Rough, man.
Very rough. This is about as rough as I could have envisioned today going, if I'm being honest.
Same here.
No, I know. Yep, here we go. Alec, man. He's on his way to another 20-point game.
Yeah, it's remarkable. And, I got his shoulder healthy. He got obviously plenty of rest.
Alec, yeah, that's true. He's the one guy who was rested. Crowd hasn't given up yet. It's unbelievable.
The Josh Hart 5 fouls staying in the game, it just tells you everything you need to know about
how desperate
they are. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. I mean, who comes in for him?
Yep.
I mean, no, DiVincenzo's in. McBride's in.
Oh, and Jalen's unavailable at the moment.
Doesn't seem like he is. I guess Hartenstein, right?
Yep.
Jeez. Pretty.
All series.
Are they under 70% yet?
Jesus. Devo's still hitting.
Wow.
They are at 70 exactly, DJ. According to my thing.
So stupid. How are they shooting 70% at the end of the third quarter? Everything goes in. Every shot.
I mean, that's good defense.
Neesmith has made what? How many mid-rangers? How many? I mean, the shots that you want him taking.
Josh Hart.
No, it's like and the energy of the Pacers to continue pressing the pace.
Mm-hmm.
How could you do anything but laugh at this point? Like what? They're just living in the mid-range.
That's right.
So much of this has been the mid-range.
Yep.
These are the shots that NBA defenses are designed to give up.
Yes.
Of course he does.
All right. Here we go again. Get a stop and get it to 13 before the fourth. All right. Yep.
Last shot. They may actually win this quarter.
Yeah, it's even right now, right? Great screen. Nope. Get back.
Because everybody converged.
They lost the quarter by 2.
They lost the quarter.
So that was blocked, right?
I think I guess I didn't see
it.
It
was.
Yeah.
It was.
I guess they got a fingertip on it.
On Obi.
Damn it.
Unbelievable. All right. I'll do the reset.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, 101-84 Pacers. Knicks have given up 100 points through three quarters, and it's honestly shocking it's not more. Pacers are shooting 42 of 60, 70% overall, 58% from three, 11 for 19. Pacers have only shot 8 free throws in this game. How about that? Knicks have gotten to the line 17 times. Pacers are in what is just the most comically low rebounding battle ever. The Pacers are out rebounding the Knicks 22-18. Knicks did get some offensive rebounds in that quarter, but they have 7 through three quarters. That's not nearly anywhere close to being in the vicinity of enough to counteract what the Pacers are doing offensively. How about this? Talk about it. You want to sum up the game in a stat? The Pacers have 10 turnovers. The Knicks have only gotten 10 points off those 10 turnovers. The Knicks have turned it over 6 times. The Pacers have scored 14 points off of those 6 turnovers. That is the game in a nutshell.
Yeah, and then it was, 77-70 where Deuce had the look like an open corner three, right corner, and then cross-court pass, turnover, Pacers scored, and then Brunson turned it over right after that. Halliburton had the fast break. I think it was Halliburton scored on the other end. On that one, if they're going to lose the game, that was sort of like, it felt like potentially the last gasp there, or the Pacers countered. Knicks felt like they were ready to really cut into the lead. I mean, they got it down to 7, and those turnovers were just killer. I think the Knicks they've led for they led early, right, for a brief minute or two.
Oh my God, I don't even know. Doesn't matter.
And then
that's if we're gonna look back at a moment from the game, I think you nailed it. It's those 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't he take that shot? He had a look. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it. I want to see it again. Like, I know there was someone flying out at him, so I get it. But as Andrew pointed out, he had not made a 3 yet. He had missed, I think, 3 or 4 of his attempts to that point. So who knows about where he was confidence-wise? But that has been, his MO has been Deuce to shoot those shots despite struggling in games. He's always had that confidence. So I'm just surprised by the decision there. But we are just sort of like, I don't want to put too much onus on one play. This has been a complete and utter dominating performance, basically from the start by the Pacers.
Yeah. Also, Benji just now on Twitter saying correctly, Achua's defense today has not been good, and the center's play in general has been bad.
0 points, 0 assists for Hartenstein. I mean, he's not obviously a big scorer, but his 10 points and his 4 assists add up.
What's he got to say?
Yeah, Tibbs not quite in the mood to talk.
Yeah,
tough. That's a tough spot right there.
It's an incredibly tough spot. What do you do?
Both for the interviewer and the interviewee. All right, 17-point lead. I mean, DiVincenzo's the guy, right? He's the only one.
He's the only one.
Has anything going?
I mean,
Burks, those two.
DiVincenzo and Burks. So you're gonna come, 17-point comeback in you against a team that's shooting 70% from the field, led by a couple of shooting guards.
Here's ABC has a stat: 101 points, most since I lost it. Was it
something
I think it was
in the 60s?
63 Celtics in terms of 101 points through 3 quarters. Yes, thank you, Noah. 1963 Celtics.
Josh, you got one in
they
you?
need this.
Has he hit? He hasn't hit a 3 today, right? He had one shot.
No,
I think.
no, not hit a 3.
He's got 8 points. He's just not hitting threes.
Oh.
I feel like there's a window. It
does feel like
they can hit some shots.
They need to hit some, and I don't know if it's like, I think Hart. The problem is I don't know if Hart has any drives in him.
Yeah,
can he put the ball on the floor right now? And you can't. And it's like you can't criticize the guy because what more can he give you?
You got one more in you guys?
It's
He's also got his hand on his back.
Mm-hmm.
still would nice if we could finish that, but it's fine. Beggars can't be choosers.
All right. So it's a second team foul.
Hartenstein ready to come back in. Feels like, again, for almost as much as like you figured you need something from Brunson, you need I don't know what you need.
Heroic effort from Hartenstein.
Yeah.
As an
that's the right
offensive
word for it.
rebounder, here we
Good
go.
deflection.
Burks 3.
Alec.
That's bad, Burks.
Come on, Precious.
Terrible defense by Precious. That was a give up.
That was a give up.
And that's what's that stat that I just read about the turnovers and the points off turnovers?
Converting everything.
That's TJ McConnell.
Great
again.
defense by TJ McConnell there, man. Great defense. That was a big moment. And Burks, look, man, he's had a great game, so I'm like, I can't criticize him. But like you pull up or you pull it back out or something. Get a good shot. And of course that goes in. Every time they've had a response. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to shoot every time.
And
He might make
TiVo.
because
This guy's insane. He's got 7 threes today. Oh my god.
Does he have 7?
Yeah.
It's wild that they got this from DiVincenzo and Burks. And it's not gonna we'll see. But
No, we're feeling it.
too much space. Didn't I like that's too much space.
I agree with you. You got to be more confident in yourself to slide and stay.
Is there anyone else to put in the game right now?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shams.
What?
Jesus. Jalen Brunson fractured left hand.
You kidding me?
No.
Man, his season's over.
Fuck. Sorry.
A fractured left hand.
If that's just not the
icing on the cake. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of another, but yes.
Nothing.
No, nothing. I mean, is that something that lingers into next season?
Depends what kind of fracture it is. You know,
I think it's a pretty big deal.
But like if it's a
Look at
finger,
Look at this shot. Look at this shot of Rick Brunson.
Of course.
I mean, that's
yeah. And a hand injury is something that's like a couple months that he's got. You know, he's not going to the Olympics. So,
guys, we came into this game thinking we were getting back 2 guys,
and we're
leave. And we're leaving with less. We'll never experience a season quite like this in terms of the injuries since January 27th, since Julius got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Literally
it's been
since
one
that moment, yeah,
after the other.
God.
I don't want to hear that, Mike Breen. The hunger. I mean, yes, they're just playing a team that has nothing.
Nothing.
They have nothing left.
Nothing. Empty. This is what empty looks like. And this is why I said on the pod with you, Andrew, we're going to get 1 of 2 narratives after this game. And I had a funny feeling that if they lost, this was going to be oh my God, that wasn't even close. This was going to be the narrative.
Yeah. And you were right.
It's going to be that they ran out of gas.
Burks.
Ugh.
Fractured left
Jesus.
hand.
That's not, well, and it's a shooting hand. It's a shooting hand. I mean, I guess I don't know. We should do this in real time. Does that lessen the sting of the game?
They were down a bunch when the injury happened, but
we don't know when it happened though.
Yeah, but let's just say for argument's sake that like a different universe. I mean, look, the game's not over yet. I shouldn't be talking about it as if it's over, but like, let's go on a limb and say they lose this game. No Brunson for the next series. Your chances of beating Boston go from, I don't know what you thought their chances were, 30%, 20%, whatever the number is. It goes from a number that is above 0 to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like, all right, well, we didn't lose anything other than the game? Now, the game itself, the way that it is unfolded, stings immensely.
Yeah.
Because of how it went and because of what the Pacers came into your building and did to you.
I told you this yesterday. The conference finals is out of sight, out of mind. They could have lost every game by 100, and I would have been like, they made it.
I mean, you say that, but if they had Brunson, if they were like the chance that OG was going to play, like the chance that Hart was going to play, like we would have talked ourselves into like, all right, let's go out and give it the old college guy.
The sting of Brunson getting hurt is not about, well, that tells us what the conference finals would have been like. It's just like another injury to put the icing on the cake before the season ends. That's really my thought there. It's not even a sting. It's just like really one more injury before the season ends. That's what
I'm worried about next season at this point. Like you would think that this is going to be something. A fractured left hand doesn't sound like something that will linger at the training camp. But who the hell knows?
Yeah, I've never fractured a hand before, but I can't think about unless we'll wait for Dr. Brian to come in. I need someone to tell me that there's a 6-month hand injury that exists, that's outside of like a finger amputation.
Right.
Yeah. Be curious how this goes over the rest of the game.
Yeah, Rich hit it. Like the focus here was like the bow on this season was they made the conference finals for the first time. And that's the sting. That's the sting.
That they don't get the bow.
That they don't get the bow.
They don't get the bow. Yeah,
the title this season ending with the gratification of they survived it all to get to the conference finals and lose to an all-time great team. No, you let this Pacer team that I can't even say this Pacer team. They played outstanding with their backs against the wall for 2 straight games. So you give them credit. You allowed them to get to the conference finals instead, which is very frustrating.
I will never in my life did I think it was possible for me to root for a Boston sports team as much as I will root for the Celtics over however many games.
Yeah.
I want the Celtics to win by 40 points a game.
100% agree. I'm with you.
Give us a Boston.
Give us
Boston versus any of them.
That was after his turnover. Oh, jeez.
Of course. And that might be the nail. That's 21 with 8:11 to go.
20, but who's counting?
Yeah, I wasn't incorrect. I saw it.
Was that at 3?
Yeah, it was a 19-point game. It was a 17-point game.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's because it's never happened before.
Never.
It is interesting. Oh, okay. Mental errors. I wonder if the foot was also bothering him today. But he's not going to make that excuse, and I'm not going to make that excuse for him. I think he's had a bad game.
There you go, Deuce. There you go. I got one more push in you just to make you cute. Alec Burks. Okay. We're back to the halftime.
Man, if this is a fake Knicks comeback,
we get it down to 9 with 5 minutes left. I would be very upset, but I'd also be like, sure, why not?
are these the last 5 players they have? Well,
Josh Hart's
not in.
out, so I'm not sure if they're just like Josh Hart, and his one abdomen is Alec Burks down 13.
Don't do this. I can't even. I'm gonna go find some kerosene in my house.
Hold on.
And
I can't help but laugh. Alec Burks today, 112.99 with 6:28 left. Alec Burks in this basketball game has 24 points on 11 shots. This is insane. This guy was out of the rotation, rightfully so, until 5 games ago, and he's come back and did nothing but the 6th man of the year.
Double check me, but I don't think in the last 10 years since the 12-13 team, fairly certain no Nick has come off the bench and scored 30 points in a playoff game. Double check me on that. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Only candidate I could think of is J.R. Smith.
He would be the one,
and he
right?
said last 10 years, right?
Oh, last 10?
The only candidates are like Quickly, and we know how his bench experiences went.
Exactly.
I'm numb to it, DJ. At this
point,
I'm numb to it.
It's just it's like equally like most amazing, one of the more amazing seasons to watch, but like it's a cursed season as well. Like, it's like both those things, because I don't know how else to sort of contextualize the amount of injuries and the injuries to all NBA players and crucial role pieces, and just
this is insane. That's a great tweet. Also, shout out to Seth Part. Now, I was feeling it when Hallie was talking in the second quarter.
What?
Pacers. Look, he's had a great game today. I want to say that up front. He's had a great game today. Exactly what they've needed on the road from your best player. From Seth Part now. Pacers lead back up over 10, so Halliburton has regained the power of speech.
So Partnow's also getting a kick out of all the nonsense?
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, he's such an easy player to hate, to really despise.
Yeah, they're going to close this series with 0 players that were in the starting 5 on opening night.
It would be like them to make a final push now without anybody.
That, you know what? Amen. That would be the most Knicks team.
That's the most Knicks thing.
Would pressure at the 4. Devo, Burks, and DiVincenzo. Excuse me, and Deuce. Oh my God. Now, Pacers are about to put their starters back in. I would assume that means. But I'm not, you know what? Benji just tweeted it out. We owe it to them to just see it out.
Rich asks if the national media is going to call this Pacers run a fluke. I think the narrative will be. I think the narrative will be 50-50. I think it'll be like, look, they got lucky against a Knicks team that was missing like half of its team, but they're also going to give credit, as they should give credit, because the Pacers came in and won the series. What will always sting me is how Game 3 ended.
Yeah, Game 3 is the game. John hit it.
Yeah. So they finally sat Burks. Or Burks.
No, right there.
Hart. Sorry, I meant Hart.
Yeah, Hart wasn't in earlier. Jeez. Nembhard and Niesman today.
Yeah, it's every role player for them has had a great game.
Niesmith is 7 for 7. Nembhard is 6 for 8. 13 of 15 for the two of them.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's abject insanity what those role players have been able to do. All right. Might be that.
Yep.
Nice movement.
Is that the Knick record?
9.
Playoff game? It says 8th or 9th?
This is 9th.
That's his 9th.
Unreal. There's going to be time for us to walks to the rim. There'll be enough time for us to sort of contextualize like the season some of these guys had. But I mean, the DiVincenzo year and what he's done as his roles increase has just been
100%.
incredible. Incredible. I mean, there's been games this year where they've just needed him to take and make 11 threes in a game, and he has a unique ability to rise to that occasion. He can't do it all the time, and that's why he's not a star, and he's
a level under all.
I'm so impressed by him, and it does give me a lot of solace in terms of like future and like him on this roster for the next several years.
What? So you want to go down, Deuce?
Nope, not today. It's not going to.
Devo.
Of course.
He just lives at the line.
It's a phenomenal game from DiVincenzo. Like, that's going to get completely lost to time because of how the game went down. But like, you put up 34 points and you make 9 of 14 threes in a game 7. That's like, honestly, there haven't been many better game 7s in Knicks history.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm curious. What's the? I mean, I'm sure Bernard King has the highest scoring game 7 in Knicks history. But yeah.
Yeah, Ewing had I think he might have had 35, 36 in the Miami 97 game 7 they got blown out in. But I'm sure it's a King game as well.
Yeah, but DiVincenzo, incredible performance.
Yep.
And Burks too, equally incredible. Truly. Like, and that's it. That's the end of the great. That's the end of the great performances. That's the end of the. And Josh Hart. I mean, I know.
Back in.
The shots did not fall today, but this goes. I mean, he gave it everything, and nobody else gave you anything close to what you needed. Not close. And that's, I think, that's also what's really disappointing, because like you figured with Hart and OG, you would have counted on one of those guys being able to give you something, and the fact that obviously OG couldn't give you anything. But really, really tough way to end the season for Hartenstein and Achua for that matter. Like those were their centers, and they got 4 points today. Hartenstein, 8 rebounds, only 3 on the offense. Knicks are going to end today with 8 offensive rebounds, unless they get another one. And they're going to get out-rebounded, it looks like. So it's going to be 7 for 7 in the series.
Wow.
In terms of the team that out-rebounded.
Yeah, that win the game. Mm-hmm.
Are they going to finish under 70% for the game? I'm assuming they are.
Josh.
Look, man.
They
are under 70%.
He gave it everything he had.
Gave it everything. Kid.
Yeah.
Hart and DiVincenzo, the two of them. And you would have figured you get a commensurate performance from Brunson. Maybe this is a different game. And that's the part, like, I don't. The broken hand is going to color how this game is discussed from Brunson, but the reality is that given how he looked in Game 5 and given what he was able to do in Game 5 before halftime in particular, and given what he was able to do after halftime in Game 6, this is just going to go down as like a really unfortunate end to what was a storybook season.
Yep.
For Jalen Brunson, and where they needed the most storybook. Because look, we're sitting here, we're talking about.
Hold on,
what?
Judge Hart just fouled out.
All right, they're going to give him a round of applause. I hope. Yes. You damn well better.
Yeah, man.
I can't believe he played.
Got a little embrace from the head coach there.
Saw that. What a legend.
It really is.
Oh, man. Kind of just set in that we got to let go of this team now. And they've given us a lot.
Okay, I couldn't agree more. It's been seen a lot of teams, a lot of winning, better teams, but I never felt this way about a team as I do this one.
No. This is a 101.
Josh.
What do you think Julius is thinking right now?
Wait till next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a hint of I got you. Like,
I'm sure
I'll be in the foxhole with you next year, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody, honestly, might. Well, I'm going to save some of this for the post game, but
yeah,
they're going to be excited to watch this team next year.
Yep.
Man.
Thank you. So, Cody. Yeah, call D. I understand.
Oh, you mean Indiana celebration? No.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that. I'm gonna. We're not gonna end the stream early, but I'm ready to end whenever you guys are ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, we'll take it through the last. DJ, if you want to kind of say your piece now.
Well, no, he's coming to the post game too.
Oh,
I'm gonna come and hang out for a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I am curious to see how the crowd responds
as
I feel like they should salute them. This team.
They will.
Yeah.
Down 2-0.
On the brink in game 3. It's why, like, look, they're gonna end up winning this series because the Knicks ran out of players, but geez, Neeson was 8 of 8 today. But you still have to commend winning 4 out of 5. Winning 4 out of 5, winning game 3 the way they did, coming back from 3-2 after the way game 5 went.
Yep.
And just, you don't expect this from a young team, and here they are.
I'm looking forward to seeing this team in the playoffs again another year.
Yes.
130.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a goddamn. Hell of a performance by this team. I'm going to grab some water before we end this stream.
You want me to sign off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching with us on Playback. Got a minute left in this season. I forget if it was you or John that said it. It's hit me that we got to say goodbye to this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John said it, and I as soon as he did, it
got punched.
Also hit me too. It's all the things. It's all the embodiment. It's what they represent. It's how they operate. And it's a shame that they just weren't given enough in the health department, in the luck department to see it through, at least in this round.
No.
Man.
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Maybe not this season.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't, although I do think it applied to some extent this season, but moving forward for this franchise and this team, yeah.
And I will say for the audience watching and doing this with us, doing these playbacks with everyone and you guys, the KFS team, has been one of the great honors and privileges and just one of the great enjoyments for this season. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
It's been cool to do this, to have this year together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been a lot of years over the last 20 where I guess the Knicks season has been like a communal experience to some extent where you bitch and moan with your friends on a text chain.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a different level of communal experience.
Yeah.
And it has made it much better.
Are we celebrated out or playbacked out? Can we go to do we want to see the last 13 seconds?
I mean, look, we've come this far.
Okay.
But we're gonna get started right away on the live stream.
I'm gonna get the tweet ready. Okay,
good. Why don't you do that?
That's insane.
Is this the best in NBA playoff history?
It just said it. Yeah. Breen just said it.
Okay. All right. Guys, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And we appreciate the company most of all. We will be back next season, certainly with more fun and games. I know a lot of people are ready to duck out of this disappointing day. If anybody is up for a little bit more company, come join us on the post game where I will have some thoughts on this game, but mostly this season. So on behalf of Andrew Claudio and DJ Zullo, this is Jonathan Macri for KFS signing off.